What is that?
Booyah! No, I'm sorry. The Black Rasslin Podcast is back. It's another 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday evening. Shouts to y'all. I noticed right before we went live. This is on youtube.com/Black Rasslin. Hit the sub, hit the like, hit the bell so you can see stuff. Apparently, there's a button where you can have comments.
Huh?
We'll see how it look. I don't.
These are
know.
the pre-show joints. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, those
early.
are the pre-show. So I get piece of it. Actually, shout out Bad Liquor Drinker Jermaine. There you go.
It is.
Shout out D Skills. Shout out
yeah.
Shout out Antoine. Shout out Rattler Steve. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Don't be crazy.
Hey,
don't be crazy. But right now,
I got my boots on. My boots on.
It's a thing, you know. Chat on screen privileges will be revoked if y'all's being crazy. So keep it right. Keep it tight, but don't be dropping don't drop no malarkey on the screen you won't want your mama reading.
Oh, I like this. Malarkey.
It's nice, right, Mimi?
Can you make it bigger?
I like it bigger. I don't think so.
I did full screen. It's all good.
Yeah, it's a beta thing in StreamYard. It's just an on-off switch.
I love it.
But yeah, this is y'all got Antoine said I gotta calm down now. Yes, y'all. We'll see what happens when it's more people. Like when it's
no, babe. I'm booting you, boy.
Yeah,
listen.
See?
I got my unflammable suits on, my brand new boots on.
Don't let the Podfather know. We'll see y'all acting crazy.
You niggas will get dragoned.
Because it's quick. Hold on. Let's just as quickly as it's on.
It's as quickly as it come on. Question for y'all: is y'all houses cold?
It was cold today.
Yo, you see what I got on?
Yes.
Well, you killed 2 teddy bears. She like Tanuka. She like Tanuki Mimi, yo. If you play video games.
So this
play
Christmas,
Mario Brothers. Y'all get it.
There's this company called the Big Blanket. And they make these fuzzy, big, 3/4 almost, like it comes down to your knee, big hoodie blankets.
What in the I stole it from my boyfriend is going on?
I know. And
this is Ricky's.
Yo, I had this shit on all day. This shit feels so good. I purposely bought it so when I fly, like let's say if I fly overnight, like a red eye, and it's how be cold on the flight. I could just put this on and just be tucked in. Yo, I think I'm gonna fall asleep with this shit tonight.
Well, why would you put it on during the goddamn show then, Mimi? Somebody call Banks, tell him to go in there and shake Mimi.
It was cold.
Way up.
Joey Savage, it was been cold all week. It was cold today. My wife worked from home today. She was like, "It's hard to put the heat on." I'm like, "Nah, put that shit on." It was a bit chill. I just had to make sure it was off. But it was cold today. It's been rainy for the last.
Oh my god, it's so
3 days straight. It's been rainy, and I don't think we're getting an end in sight. Yeah, shouts out to y'all.
Eric Isaac.
Shout out, Eric Isaac is like one of the few people on Facebook actually. Shout out, peace to you, my brother. Earlier this evening. I mean, it's not like news only because there's only so much we know. But apparently, according to some presentation that was done in regards to the future of events going on in New Orleans, somebody at that presentation said that WWE told them that Mania in New Orleans in 2026 isn't gonna happen in the future, but it's not happening right now.
No, babe, can't go down there and get a cold drink, baby.
Now let me get a cold drink. No, because that was the thing. Like once when the conversation was either Vegas or Minnesota, Cats was all about Minnesota.
Who?
The people that didn't want to pay to go to Vegas because Vegas is a hit over the head. But the only other conversation about Minnesota was Tiffany. That's Tiffany Stratton's stomping ground. But I don't think they was going. Once Vegas said, "Oh, we want this," WWE said, "We going to Vegas." So because of that, and everybody was saying we're not going to Vegas. Jokers was looking to New Orleans. Everybody talked to him. I'm not going to be in Vegas, but I'll catch you next year in New Orleans. I heard that from so many people, and now it's not going. Our chat, we threw out 15, 20 different. If y'all had the choice to be like, boom, WrestleMania 42, wherever you wanted to be, that's where it's going to be. Mimi, what you choosing?
LA. Or
the same way it was like WrestleMania Hollywood?
Yeah. But I would want us to stay closer to the city.
They'd probably do stuff at the Dome, huh? You'd probably get NXT and the Raw and the SmackDowns at the Inuit Dome.
Yeah, that's how it was before, wasn't it?
Well, it was at Inuit wasn't even like a thing yet. It was everything was at Crypto.
Oh, it was just a venue change.
That's what I'm saying.
A name change. Yeah.
No. It's a new venue. Inuit Dome's a whole new venue.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
okay.
They said that's where the Clippers play, I believe.
Okay,
but yeah, that's like it's a year maybe. It's only so, but not you saying you like the LA vibe.
I like the LA vibe. The only thing about the whole LA situation was everything was like 20 to 30 minutes away.
Yeah, that was just because of traffic.
Yeah.
At night, you went to the same place at like 1 a.m. It was like 7 minutes.
Yeah. But I kind of like that. I feel like we saw everybody.
Right.
I feel like we saw everybody. Yeah.
That was our first. That was the arena for the first Raw, right? The first Netflix Raw was into it.
Yes. Inuit Dome was the first one for the Jan 6 Raw when the crowd booing Raw. In the chat, Jermaine said Houston, if not New Orleans.
Trying to knock the boots.
I wasn't going to try that in New Orleans, but I guess it's not going to happen.
They said, nah, actually, the opposite. The word is going to happen. Just
in the future.
Yeah, I think they got to hook some things up. They got to make a tram and change some infrastructure and all that bull crap.
Yeah. There's probably a lot going on.
I saw something today that said something else. Like it was a little bit of drama
with New Orleans.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Well, I wonder what the drama would be.
Every time I want to drop a link in the chat, I forget.
Cal said Orlando.
They need to make up for. Yeah, I actually heard Orlando today too.
What's the city of Orlando like for a WrestleMania? I've never been there for sports.
My assumption is great. I mean, Atlanta was dope. Atlanta was really dope.
I would love to go to Atlanta for wrestling. I've never been for
Atlanta
wrestling.
Would be nice.
That was my first WrestleMania.
I really like Atlanta. I really like it.
Very first WrestleMania was Atlanta with Miz and Cena.
You rocking a spinner belt.
I would like WrestleMania to be outside with them Baltimore niggas.
With the Baltimore
out in the land.
Niggas.
You got two stadiums right back to back next to each other. There's a convention center that's right there. There's a light rail going from listen. There are two. There's Baltimore and there's DC. Within 45 minutes of each other.
How far is the Virginia bop?
Well, it depends on what party. Nova is an hour. Nova is, hour 15 minutes.
I asked because the conversation we was having because when I think Mania at this point going, 2-3 years in a row, my immediate thought is them 3-4 days beforehand and what the wrestling is like around them spots. And I would assume if it's in the land, it's going to be in DC. You may have to go to some part of Virginia at some point if you're trying to see some of them indie shows or whatever, because it's not too far.
But no, that's the one. The 295 Mania will be fire. Like,
yeah.
What if? Here's my thing. What if they did one night? And I think I said this before. One night where the Ravens play, and do one night where the Commanders play. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's smart.
I think that could be crazy. But that's You do a major metropolis. You have two major metropolises right there next to each other. I think it would be an amazing opportunity for a lot of folks to get seen and to represent two different cultures.
And hey, WWE, even if it don't sound good, think about it. If you did one night in the one stadium and the one night in the other, you could do the colors for that team the one night for the merch, and the other night it'll be the colors for the whole other team. Like you could really double your pleasure, double your fun.
Crab cakes and mambo sauce, baby.
DDM. You can hear me? I can't hear.
Cannot hear you.
Crab cakes and mumbo sauce.
Not together, but Baltimore and DC is.
Oh, that is Yes, you can hear me now.
So, what was you going to ask me now?
I was going to say, so WrestleMania 42, not in New Orleans next year. If it was DDM's choice of where it would be in 2026, what city, anywhere, where would you be hosting WrestleMania?
Well, first off, I want to say thank God and good riddance, because I did not want to go to New Orleans next year.
Really?
Wow. No, I didn't.
Hey, shut up.
I just no. So shout out to them. But if I had to put it somewhere, like I do like the idea of a 295 Mania. My only thing is like it would be a bitch for people, with hotels and stuff. It was like in Baltimore, about 45 minutes away from each other. So traffic getting home. I just know what it was like at the Beyonce concert, both the one at M&T and the one at FedEx Field, and it's something I don't want to relive ever again. All about it being in this region, but I would say pick a time. If I had to pick somewhere where I would have it next year, I would say, oddly enough, and this is not going to be a popular choice, I would say Charlotte,
North Carolina.
That's an interesting choice. Yeah,
I like that idea, like because Charlotte is spread out enough where the congestion wouldn't get crazy. Right? Because, you talk the Baltimores and DCs. I mean, I like that because it's close, but with Charlotte, you ain't dealing with all that congestion that's already naturally there. Right? So Charlotte could be a great idea. I mean, now listen, it's going to be like Cleveland.
I was going to ask you about the city. Yeah.
Once niggas is gone, the food will be better.
Charlotte's underrated. Okay, I've never been. I've not had a reason to be in Charlotte.
I'm thinking about going to Charlotte next month.
I need to hit an Ashe. I feel bad. I've never had a situation take me down there.
I would definitely say Charlotte though, just because it's spaced out. Like to Fam's point, they have the hotel space. Around that time of year, not to my knowledge, not much going on. It will also be great for local wrestling promotions because they would be able to get real estate. Even if they up the prices, they would be able to get real estate at a reasonable price to hold their events. Ashe is in there, that would be in their home base.
Yes.
And so they get to showcase in their full glory in their home space. It's just me personally, if I'm making a bid, but I know with WWE, you got to pay to play as far as the cities are concerned now. I don't know if Charlotte has the bank account to be able to bid for WrestleMania.
The pocketbook. They ain't got the pocketbook.
I'm checking that. Apparently, there's more news being updated on this Mania not being a New Orleans situation. Apparently, people were shocked.
Yeah, what happened?
Internally, it's some dirt sheets are reporting that superstars, employees, staff, everybody was said to have been shocked by the news.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Ricky Saint said he's sick to his stomach.
Ricky had his gear ready.
But
he had his
anybody
ready.
know what happened? Anybody got any? While we dirt sheeting, do anybody
Too
know
early.
The
Too early.
The only thing that I saw bandied about that actually made any kind of sense was because WWE's trying to do those takeover weekends or like those package deals where they're doing multiple events in a city, and I'm seeing some speculation saying that they may have been trying to figure out something that made more sense in a calendar for New Orleans. But Money in the Bank 2026 is the other
another contender. Not to cut you off, Cal, but I think that's why a place like Charlotte would be great for that. Because you could do, because that region isn't oversaturated with the product, you could do those takeovers because no shade. WWE got their hands slapped a little bit with this Tampa situation because they had to cancel NXT.
Right. Right. Well, that's what I was going to get to.
Yeah.
Because this weekend this weekend is a Tampa takeover, but the final leg of that takeover was supposed to be the NXT taping on Tuesday at the Yuengling Center, but I guess there were only 1,700 tickets sold for that show. What they said?
They canceled it.
They canceled it. And it's going to be taking place at the Performance Center. They said that because Battleground Sunday, we'll talk about Battleground later. Battleground is this Sunday, and they said that sold over 6,000 tickets. Like, that seems fine for that, but it may be a little bit of, I guess, burnout or something like that.
No. Like, think about this, Cal. You got Saturday night main event, Monday night Raw, NXT Battleground. I mean, how many? It's only been so many Roxanne Perez appearances that we going to take. Okay?
Right. Boy, WWE patting them pockets, baby. Go on, give it up.
Well,
don't give it up, folks.
Speaking of patting in pockets, because it was announced today that next year's Money in the Bank, which I guess the qualifiers for Money in the Bank is going on right now for this year. Next year is supposed to be taking place in New Orleans. So don't be surprised if in the very near future you hear that it's going to be Money in the Bank, and then they've got this show here, this show there. And I'm not saying it'll be that weekend, but they might do like they do in Indianapolis, where it's like, we know you're going to be getting 3 or 4 major PLEs in this city over the course of a year or two. But yeah, I don't know. All I know is it's got to be something like that. I'm not hearing anything else about New Orleans being an issue.
So I was listening live at the Go-Go, live from the Capitol Center, live at the Go-Go, and I figured, you know what I mean, you go to the old site of they building a new arena for the Commanders. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, it would make sense to, brand new arena, slightly overrated team, but you know what I mean, definitely slide bros right in there and have a nice little time, and then have the Chuck Brown band, rest in peace Chuck, had a Chuck Brown band play America the Beautiful in the go-go format, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go. I'm with it. Or they could just throw it in Trenton, right? No?
Sorry.
2 nights of WrestleMania in Trenton? No?
Sorry.
So let me ask you.
It's a Cure Insurance Arena.
No.
What is it one more time?
The Cure Insurance Arena.
Boy, that's a Monday Night Raw. That ain't no.
They've thrown.
That's the new RFK Stadium.
Shelton Benjamin beat Ric Flair for the IC title in the when it was Sovereign Bank Arena.
Who?
Damn.
Who?
I don't know.
You know Santander, which is dying now.
Yes.
The company that used to be Santander used to own. No,
I thought you said Tyra Banks Arena. I'd say.
Nah. What else makes sense?
All right, nigga.
You having a banana?
All right, nigga.
Did we mention the debut of Alicia Fox on TNA last week? Miss Alabama Pal, no, we did not.
As Stephen A. Smith would say.
Is she Alicia Fox or Vix Crow?
We don't
believe she's Vix. If I'm not mistaken, she's Vix Crow with Homegirl, with the Crimson Chin.
Oh.
Is that what? And they put they had They had the Mega Bunny. They had Mega Bunny Diddy bopping all over the Crimson Chin last week, didn't it?
Oh, is that what happened? I have no idea.
Yeah, big Mega Bunny. You know, Mega Bunny was over across the street and was Diddy bopping all on the Crimson Chin in the corner.
Who's the Crimson Chin?
That's Tully.
Oh,
DDM, I think you got a little banana in your beer.
Oh boy,
banana. You got a little
I
banana
just
in
want
your
to make sure
beard.
everybody is she's Tessa's advocate. Yes, thank you, Joey Savage. She is Tessa's advocate. I did see that on the timeline. That's
Tessa's
probably why
advocate.
I didn't
Conveniently a black woman.
Alabama Power. I will say she didn't look good there. And the last we saw Vix when BRP was at the Heels Have Eyes show for the culture. She was in the tag match and she got her ass beat by Hollywood Haley J. She had rocks in the sock or pennies in the sock. She was beating the shit out of her.
I thought that
best
line was dumb.
Best homie the clown impression.
That's her thing too. If you watch that Netflix series when they were doing OVW, that them rocks in the sock was like that was her weapon of choice.
She was messing with the nigga that had the panini press on the side of his head, right?
Yeah, the white dude who cuts his hair like R-Truth cuts his hair. It was her man in the show, but because you see, if you watch SmackDown, R-Truth, he got like all types of lines and angles and shit cut to the side of his head where it's not actual locks and whatnot. This dude, he would grow out his beard and then would cut like lines horizontally across, so it looked like a
panini press.
It looked like he panini'd his face.
Yeah.
It was, and he had like
face
violence
panini
issues. Yeah, he was mad because she was getting over because he'd been around for so long.
That is correct.
That's how it is sometimes. I kind of feel like people just never take Alicia Fox seriously.
I mean,
and part of that has to do with how she presents. But you know, I think I'm being a little bit biased. I'm gonna be honest. I'm biased.
Talk about it.
For her personal struggles and
yes.
outside of the ring. So I kind of root for her a little bit. Because especially what a lot of you guys don't know is I used to work at a mental institution.
So I didn't know that.
I didn't think you was there for work though. I thought you was living.
But I dealt with sexual trauma victims, rape victims, dementia patients, and people with eating disorders. I was a mental health worker. And so I'm not saying that I don't know what her mental health state is, but when I look at her, knowing the demons, knowing how her career has went, I'm just a little bit more sensitive when it comes to Alicia Fox, which is why you won't really hear me say much about her in a negative light, because I just feel this energy that I get from her that I root for her, but I know that she does contribute to how she's booked and how people perceive her.
Hey, last time I seen her in real life was when I accidentally went to a show ran by Main Man, little No Chin Yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was one of the more she was on the flight, right? And that was the little flyer that my nephew bought to me. It was like, Uncle's gonna take me to wrestling. And I said, I got you. And then I got that. Then I got there and found out who was running things. I have not been back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shout out to them niggas for trying to run at the same time as Fight, but Fight had one of their biggest houses.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, but yeah, she was really tied in heavy, and knowing, like, seeing her deal with who she deal with over there, for me, seeing her be down with Ellsworth,
Alicia Fox. Yes, I remember.
Yeah. I saw her right outside Wally Mania line for In-N-Out. Shut up.
Yo, that line was dumb the whole time.
Yeah.
Outside In-N-Out?
Yes.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I didn't even see the In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Victoria Crawford. But I wasn't around for her era at all, but she is the first Black woman Divas champion. I think the only Black female Divas champion.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to Alicia Fox.
Shout out, give Alicia Fox her flowers. That's one of them situations I always feel bad about, especially how it kind of ended in WWE. It's good to see that she's able to still be around, but yes, I agree. But I echo everything that was said earlier in regards to her situation right now. I hope she can at least get the hell away from the Crimson Chin.
Right.
So I wish the NFL would get away from the tush push.
Why? I think that would be such a great statue. Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Statue. Put a slide in the bush. I'm on top.
Somebody from Philly that I follow. Put that. She said something about. Somebody said something about a tush push statue, and it was all the football players in a huddle, like almost like slanted, like they were pushing. So I thought that was a thing.
No, it's
I
not
thought
a real thing. So here's the thing about
how global I am.
I'm gonna tell you how I really feel about the tush push. I don't really have a big problem with the tush push. Is basically you put the hands. It's outstanding. The chat is wilding.
Tush on a man's butt.
But basically you put the ball in the runner's hands and you know what I mean. You get the guys.
Is that what you talking about? Me?
Yes, that one right there.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with that statue?
See?
No.
I thought it was somebody was saying
they're like
they
rugby.
should put that.
I mean, in rugby they do that. No shade. You go to
that's
the match. It's definitely given.
It's giving tush push.
Yeah. But what's wrong with the statue though? It's real manly. It's real football.
I like it.
No, it's just they're celebrating this controversial play. I feel like this though. There's a play called a penalty called leverage. Like if you're kicking a field goal and like you use somebody to kind of push yourself up and try to block, you know what I'm saying, block the kick. That's illegal, right? Well, you can't like spring a nigga up like you had one nigga in the back and then block the kick. So if leverage is a penalty, then it should all be a penalty. But if they say, you know what, leverage is fine and it's not a penalty,
right?
I say let everything fly. But I think it's weird to have leverage as a penalty and have the tush push be legal. Like it's a very similar thing. But so either do one or the other,
right?
But I mean, hey, the truth of the matter is, hey, nigga, stop it.
Tush it up. Yeah.
Tush. Wanna slide in the bush. I'm on top. You like shush. Give me a little like.
Whoa, hold on. You can't be on top of somebody talking about shush. That sounds like
that sound Diddy. That sound kind of Diddy like.
Go space and miss.
Damn, Corey be using them words, yo. Corey be using them words like, cause
moron.
You see?
Because that's him. He's such a nerd.
See?
They just listen. These little baby titles, they just start winning. I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, these little baby titles. You know, oh, it's cute. Little 2-year-old. Oh, you know what I mean?
They ain't champions.
I personally think rugby more vicious than football games. No shade. If you ever
it's definitely more vicious.
They don't got no knee pads on. Man.
Oh yeah, they really.
No knee pads on. And they just more aggressive. Like my homeboy
It'd be Samoans. Samoans.
He played rugby for the Portland Lumberjacks.
And, that sounds so wild.
I went when I was in Rome. They had like this big gay rugby tournament, right? And it's like gay rugby teams from all around the world. And he like dislocated his shoulder, like they be going. And like it is, football is lightweight, no shade. And the more they keep adding all these rules where you can't do stuff, it's really flag football at this point.
Isn't Rich Holland, wasn't he a rugby player?
Yeah, I believe so.
In that league?
No.
Not that league. I wish he was.
No, period. he's a rugby player, so I don't think it's safe, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Cesaro too, right? Was a rugby player, or was
I know he used to wear that gear.
Panina P Nasty from LFG was a rugby player as well.
Oh, she was. Okay,
yeah. She said that's what she said when you get a shit out. That sounds weird, but
right.
That sounds.
Yeah, rugby is. I would play rugby. We got a rugby team here in Baltimore.
In that league, that's why he was over there.
Well, my friend
He was
that's
recruiting DDM.
Portland. He plays for the Lumberjacks. Our team here is called the Baltimore Flamingos.
Wait, this is all gay league because the names are
like in all over the world. It's called the Bingham Cup. So, shut up, Freya. It's named after a rugby player who passed away. And so it's cut to commemorate him, and they have it every year in a different city. And last year it was in Rome. That's
why I was asking. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy. Okay.
So they have it every year, and it's like these guys, gay or not, they're very, very aggressive, and like to play, like they leave in the field with dislocated shoulders, skin knees, as hell. It's just amazing.
I am too immature for this conversation.
Sound
like a wild night.
Philly fans are too much.
Philly,
we won the Super Bowl in 8K and in 4K.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cute. Yeah, I remember y'all was like all them years just wanting. And that's why I understand how y'all acting now. Like I understand all the years of pent up with Randall Cunningham. I understand, right? I get it. You know what I'm saying? All them years.
What's wrong with Philly winning? I thought it was great. Jalen Hurts, I love that.
Nah, Philadelphia, after the city of Philadelphia is a terrible place. The people come from there. I hate the color green.
I hate the color green.
I hate the color green. F Boys to Men and
wait.
What they do? Catching us.
So Questlove and the whole Roost crew can get it. Everybody,
no, they cannot. F all the niggas.
Damn.
F cheese steaks. F Cooper sharp cheese. F
cheese steaks.
Cheese steaks, nigga. I don't care nothing about Angelo's, John's roast pork, nothing.
Damn.
Okay, now you hating.
Super Bowl championship shirt.
And Philly is responsible for niggas wearing Beijing.
Cool.
No, said our Super Bowl wins don't need a VCR, and I scream. I scream. I don't mean no harm, but I scream. That was a burn.
Clips of the. I don't know. I don't know what that league is. Joe Dixon, you gonna have to send something on that. I don't know what that is. Chris Breeze said neither am I. Is it? I don't know. I like my shirts faded, but I guess.
I mean it's an interesting shot. That's cool.
I'm a different nigga. Our Super Bowl cars don't require a Blockbuster card. D. Paul.
Y'all just got an S to Super Bowls. Y'all just got an S. Like the S stands for shut up. Like you just got plural Super Bowls. Just
like the Cowboys are resting on pretty. It's very old America.
Rewind.
No, that's actually not true.
When the last time y'all won one?
It's been quite some time. However, we have a tradition. We have a tradition of winning. However, if you look at now, let's talk about it. If you want to talk about America's team, right? Let's talk about America's team.
But when's the last time they won? That's what I asked you.
I answered it. I answered it.
Quite some time, but that's not like quite some time. 5 years.
Oh.
He wants the actual number.
Was I in high school?
Could be. I don't know.
The Cowboys? I feel like I was in high school, maybe college.
Oh, wow.
I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
It's been a very long. I was a Cowboys fan at one point.
I gotta say very. Wait, what did Joe Dixon just send me?
That's fine, but that really is why America is the Cowboys are America's team, is because there's no we don't have to win the Super Bowl to be the niggas that y'all talk about. We could be 3 and goddamn what is it, 3-14. We could be 8-8 or 8-9 now.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the crawl at ESPN every week. We're the first team to have 4 Thursday night football games. Come on, babe. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
y'all haven't won since '96.
yeah, no, I know that.
It's still America's
Y'all
team.
haven't won since hardcore.
That's fine, but it's still America's team.
Still America's team.
We're still talking about them right now.
I mean, only because you brought it up, but no shade, and I'm not saying I'm the biggest sports guy, but everybody, at least for the last 10 to 15 years that I remember talking about, was either the Patriots, now the Chiefs, and then Philly just won. But I ain't heard nobody referencing America's team, and that's no shame.
Listen, it's funny to hear you talk about it like this because the Dallas Cowboys are quite literally the va-va-voom of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
They were at one point.
No. It's not word. It's not word. Why would listen? Just look at the numbers. Look at the ratings. Look at the presentation. What the numbers that tell you they going to cut that TV on more than any. Listen, just look at the numbers. All I'm asking you to do is look at the ratings, look at the numbers, look at the top 10 rated NFL football games over the last however many years.
Troy Aikman just got another deal recently to talk about football, right? He was one of them Yameens down there, wasn't he?
Oh, he still is. He's one of the guys in Fox.
He was one of my favorites.
You said what, DDM?
When did Troy Aikman stop playing football?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
No. I think the Troy Aikman conversation is he's on TV now because he was a Cowboy.
Yeah, he's still. There's a relevance.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, and this is not even me being shady, but
it is. But keep going.
For me, for real, honestly, as somebody who played football for a stint in high school. And
I'm learning. I learned 3-4 new things about DDM in the last 2 days.
A black boy from West Baltimore before I was a fabulous fag ass. Okay.
All right, yo, god dang.
YouTube, don't worry about it. YouTube, chill out.
And I freestyle remixed it. But but I think that and this is really no shade. I want to make that clear because I love you, fam. But
no. All this when the niggas say this and say because I love you. Keep going.
I made this for love, and I hold your hand.
I personally don't think when I talk to kids today,
it's not going to be kids today. It's not going to be kids today.
I'm saying they think Patriots. They think right. I don't even think about
nobody thinks
it's a different era.
Here's the thing: nobody thinks Patriots anymore either. It's
true, but they'll think Patriots before Cowboys to me. If you ask a child today.
If you ask a child today, who's the quarterback of the Patriots, they can't tell you.
If you ask a 20-something, let's be fair. If we ask a 20-something, they'll know the Patriots, Belichick, Brady, all of them.
None of those people are there. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Now, how you gonna say that? You talking about people that ain't won since '96?
But no. What I'm telling you is these same people who you'll ask about who's the quarterback and the coach now in New England, they have no idea. But everybody knows who Dakota Rain Prescott
Here's
is.
what I'm gonna say.
I'm listening.
I'm an OG.
Okay.
And when you really think about OG American football, you think about the Dallas Cowboys. They were, and I know I don't watch it now, so I can't speak to it right now. But when you think about it on a brand level, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Jerry Jones is if they're pulling somebody into a series, they're pulling him because somebody put in the chat that he may have to die.
Oh yeah,
he may have to die, and I don't even think even if he dies, his spirit will still live on to that team. When you think about football, I personally from back in the day, it was a thing in New York to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. and
I didn't know that
it
about New
just
York.
felt-
I knew that about DC.
some aspects, some parts in Brooklyn, like they were staunch Cowboy fans. And when I remember I fell in love with football because of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mhm.
Just watching Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith. Oh my God, fell in love with him as my first, because I always liked fair skinned men, but he just
Michael Irvin.
I was just like, oh my God. Prime Time was on there at a time, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
He
So
was
at one time they
skied up.
had a team.
Yeah.
And that's what I remember. I remember when that team they were them dudes.
There are legacy teams outside of the Cowboys, Steelers, Jets, Raiders, Bears, Green Bay. So, me and my homeboy, we call them old men teams, right? Where like everybody knows a guy who's that. Everybody knows a Cowboy fan, a Bears, right? The thing about the Dallas Cowboys is it's not a whole lot of people that are lukewarm on the Cowboys. It's most people are, I used to be a Cowboy fan,
Right.
or I hate them niggas.
Fuck them niggas. I'm sorry.
There's no
Sorry
in
you
between.
feel
That's listen, which is cool. It's listen, the best franchises are that way. Like people aren't lukewarm on the Lakers. People aren't lukewarm on the Yankees. People aren't lukewarm on these legacy teams, and these legacy teams,
Red Sox,
all matter, even if they aren't winning. So yes, you'll get teams like Kansas City currently, teams like New England, who had an amazing, usually it's like one amazing player coupled with an amazing coach, and they win a great deal. It's a lot of niggas didn't eat when Tom Brady was in the league, and it's a lot of niggas ain't been eating since Patrick Mahomes been in the league. Sorry, Lamar. But the situation is, sidebar. Lamar Jackson offered the nigga on TV needs to play every week when he scores a touchdown in Baltimore. Every time he throw a touchdown, they should show that nigga shooting the nigga on power. Every single time. He said, what that nigga say?
He's a rating draw. If we're talking about draws, he's a rating draw.
He was on the Drewski. He was on the Drewski episode of the Baltimore audition.
Oh, that was him. That's right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, God damn, boy, y'all Jersey niggas getting big. What would they feed y'all niggas? He said, New York niggas.
Did he get mad that the guy was calling him dummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't no dummy.
That's
That shit popped up on my my YouTube playlist while I was here to listen at work. I was like, oh shit, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He circled Baltimore back really fast though. I feel like he was just there.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, well, he's from Columbia.
Who? You talking about Drewski? No. That was that time he was here. That
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
new.
Drewski he recorded it the first time he heard about it. What we just saw was what he recorded when he was there.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
Like
I thought the word was they wasn't going to show it because it got how it got shut
I
down.
was gonna say by the time the end of it, it looked like because the
I
Yankees
didn't see
in the
the
sky
end.
the whole time. It looked like they was trying to bang the doors down.
It's a very real city.
It looked like he was in the middle, like he
What
was
happened?
in it.
What happened? I didn't see the ending of it.
They shut it down. Like
Baltimore got the Baltimore.
there were so many people out there, and I think I think it may have got a little rowdy or unruly. It was definitely people like climbing things they shouldn't have been climbing at one point.
I remember that night on social
back.
media. I remember that night on social.
I mean, the kids want an opportunity. And,
It wasn't just the kids. I wish it was. I wish it was.
But people, I mean, yeah, I'm saying that figuratively, but
Right.
people here, those opportunities don't come that often. So, people here, when something like that happens, even though I would never participate in it because they're making us look like a mockery, and I think that my city is better than that. But But you know, they're going to go for the opportunity. And
Speaking of good look for the city, I saw a campaign this week starring Brother DDM.
I did too.
I saw
did
DDM
too.
really professional, and he was DDM was nice. He was nice and stuff. It wasn't no shade. It was pure. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm an artist from Baltimore, and I'm just doing good by the city.
I was like, who is this?
Who is this?
Who is this? That's not the Pepper I know. That's not Pepper. That's not the Pepper.
I can't be like, hey, bitch, come down the harbor.
That's right.
I've actually seen. I've seen that promo too. I've seen that.
I'm not just representing me. I'm representing, all of the artists in this region, and a very big opportunity for these artists and for local talent to get a check and get paid for what they do, and things like that. So it's very important. There are many sides to me,
I respect it. Are you already?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, yo, that's my homeboy. Look, he's shining right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything with John Waters?
No, I would love to work with Uncle John. I did.
That would be hard. It just makes sense to me.
I've met him a couple times because he comes to a lot of like the clubs and parties here. So being an art kid, being a underground, a DIY kid, you see him.
Oh, I imagine he'd be outside.
He'd still be outside. Like,
yeah.
How old is John Waters?
He pops up. He's probably in his like 70s or so now.
He's 79.
Yeah.
79.
He comes to the parties with the up and coming kids, but a lot of people don't understand that's not from this city. John Waters is the father. Him, Divine, Mink, Stole, all of them are the founders almost. They're year zero of DIY underground warehouse art kitsch culture here in Baltimore.
Talk it.
They are the foundation. So he will die probably doing that. I mean, Divine is a Baltimore staple. Only a Baltimore person can do that type of drag at that time. At that time, drag was very pretty. It was very obsessive, wanted to look like a realistic woman. And you had this plus size white man with a bald head coming and doing drag with eyebrows up to here and all kinds of craziness. And it becomes
that's the mother from Hairspray, right?
Yes, that's the mom.
Yes.
So that Baltimore is a place where I say this. DC is where you take your wife out to have a nice steak dinner and look nice. Baltimore is where you bring your mistress to have a good time and be who you really are.
Damn, not the side.
City. Don't tell no nobody.
You said, wait, how did it go in Goodfellas? What Saturday nights was for wives and Friday? I don't remember. So Baltimore would be the one that you be taking your girlfriends out. Yeah.
Like you love your wife, you got a responsibility to your wife, right? You want to take care of your kids in DC, but when you come to Baltimore, that's your bottom bitch. That's the girl who you really fuck with, but you can't really be with her in public. But at the end of the day, that's who really know you. Baltimore is the city that really knows you.
Good morning. Well, I won't be going to Baltimore anymore.
I can't.
Beautiful Severn and Hanover. I will fam because I ain't going up the road no more.
I ain't got no Gumars. I ain't doing nothing. No, that's nuts. That's funny. That's actually funny. That's a. I shout out.
Baltimore's old girl. Is that what they call them? Old girl.
Hey, yo.
But think about it. Like we are the type of people. You know where you stand with us. You never have to guess. You never have to wonder if we like you. You never have to wonder if we don't like you. If we don't like you, sometimes it's to our detriment because we're very, very vocal about it. And that is what shoots us in the foot with the entertainment industry and things like that. Because the problem with Baltimore artists, in my opinion, is that they're too real. While you have artists from other regions selling an identity, the Baltimore artist really is the identity. So when Law School is selling scrambled coke and smack, they really selling scrambled coke and smack.
Scrambled coke and smack?
Yes, indeed. They got the bird flu.
What?
Listen, the most Baltimore thing ever right? If you watch that Drewski joint, the most Baltimore thing ever was it was a nigga that didn't have anything that he was trying to do talent wise. He was just a nigga that was getting money that just came to say what's up to this nigga Drewski.
Scrabble,
Like that's
croak, and smack.
not Scrabble's not what you think it is.
Yeah. No, but that's for real though. And like the thing is, like, you know, growing up in this city and like when I used to do battles, drug dealers used to play side bets on us. Like battles was the only way that rap artists got paid, because in the beginning you was either paying to get on a show back in the early 2000s or you had to be famous, because this is a city that only recognizes fame. And so battling, which is what I used to do because I needed the money and that was a good way to make name. Skinny Suge, Jamal, all those guys, they used to play side bets on us. So you better win because you're going to lose somebody money. But I mean, they were still cool about it. But you know, that's how you know time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God, that's
right.
You almost scared me right there. I'm glad you put that little caveat in there. I mean,
I know, it's like real talk.
You somebody better.
Depending on how
legs in the quarter.
is, right? Depending on how long you're going, you down to 5 seasons, a gentleman 10 or one of those places. If you really hitting like that, it's nothing for them to say, I'm gonna put $1,000 side bet on DDM, or I'm gonna put $1,000 side bet on Verb, or now you win the battle, you got a name now. Now such and such is invested in your studio time, and they put your mixtape out and all of that. Like that's like
shout out to Street Legal.
You know, a lot of, you know, especially that's why I think when people see me in public or even being on the show, I think that it's such a juxtaposition, because yes, I am very much a gay man. Yes, I very much have a full set. Yes, I very much throw shade. But I'm from West Baltimore City, and I was around criminals when I was out here really doing that battle stuff and things like that. So a lot of these things, that's why wrestling is funny to me. When I see these people out at these events, it's funny to me because I know real killers. I know real drug dealers. I'm battling for my life for them niggas. So to me, this is funny. Y'all are funny.
Wait. Scramble is...
Go ahead, say it.
All right, well, Genius says Scramble is heroin in capsule form.
What?
That's what Genius said. But I seen other people say that it was freebase.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not up on these terms.
I ain't either.
Some things is a Baltimore thing. Some things is certain things are native to the region.
We got here from talking about yes, I mean what's it? No. What's the director? John Waters.
John Waters.
That's how we got here. And I was gonna say earlier, we got to get to the show. I never thought we'd be talking about John Waters within an inch of
football.
I mean, look, we I know
the history of football.
Scrabble at some point, but I mean, John Waters is such like a niche within a niche within a niche. Anyway, what a deep dive is right, Max. What a deep dive is right. We got to get into this show. I guess we about to test right now. Can I play the intro? Don't touch it, fam. Can I play the intro and not have to touch the chat window? Let's see.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
It's the sport of kings.
You're
Better than diamond rings.
talk about it.
Football. Wow. Football.
I got it from Nordstrom. It's Tahitian vanilla.
Tahitian. The vanilla's welcome back to the
keep that Madagascar. I got the Tahitian.
Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast, aka the Tahitian treat of your black wrestling content creators. Nah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's your boy Cal. You see me, you know the squad is with me. Minus Math. I don't know where Math is at. He got a situation that be going on. I don't know if he's gonna be around tonight or not. I ain't got no title. Ain't no title on the line, but I do got a BRP 50 list that I got to finish before Math yells at me. So we going to get this show on the road. As you can see, the squad was on the line, though. Miss Mimi, say what's good to the people, yo.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you.
Wow.
When we are apart, feel it too.
Wow.
And no matter what I do, I feel the same with or without you.
Damn, that was good. I like that. Senior DDM.
Hey, what's going on, Sailor Scout? It's DDM, the ESP of BRP. I'm currently wearing the merch of the Ops. I just had to get it because we support our black girls. And I got the Raw Van Dam nails.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Raw Van Dam. You can't really see it because I got on the good camera tonight.
Talk about it.
Maybe we'll do it later. But how y'all doing?
Brother fam?
Ahoy, crew members. That's also, if you know, you know. If you don't know, it wasn't for you.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, Ilfam79 on your social media choice. Mr. Alpha, Mr. Omega. I was here when y'all niggas didn't understand what an RSS feed it was. I understood when y'all niggas was like, yo, I know Rosenberg, I know Combat Jack, but what is a podcast? I was here before they, like I was here, I've been here. You know what I mean? And I'll be here when niggas is gone. You understand what I'm saying? I just, hey, look, I've been him and I still him and we are them. You know what I mean? That is what it is, man. Ilfam79, your social media choice.
Wait, shit. Next time you start doing it, we got to do it because I could be like Miz, like him, still him, him, you him. What do you say? Him.
So over it.
Yeah,
I'm so over it. That is.
Shout out, brother Math. I'm willing, like Carmelo Hayes. Because he's so good, let's get the chat back on the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Because Carmelo Hayes is so good at what he does, I'm willing to kind of sit and wait.
But how long is this wait? Because I was with you because I feel like we swapped places. Now I'm over it.
Early on, I was definitely like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
he had them 7 matches with Andrade, and he's kind of been, and because that's how he got the chain on his neck. They called back to it with the battle royal, but damn, Antoine said all him is terrible.
That's what the fuck it is. It's a head ass chain.
It is a head ass chain for real.
Chain is ugly, no shade. But him and his girlfriend, I don't know what's going on.
She's got a talent. She kind of has. Kelani has a character shift. I feel like it's very slow because it feels like she's so sweet. Even if you follow her on TikTok, she's a very sweet, God-fearing girl. And so I think she's pacing herself with this little shift. I like it. I was a little scared because I wasn't sure how this Girls Next Door was going to portray because it was just a little bit too sweet for me. Bianca Belair comes, and I don't mean to compare the two, but Bianca Belair comes off as that girl next door supernaturally, where with her, she feels like she grew up in fucking Germantown, like the nice part of Germantown, the nice part of Fairfax. You know, Alpine,
I'm with
in Princeton, like
she this is definitely a Princeton ass.
Right.
She's on all the soccer teams throughout the year.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with the county.
No, nothing wrong at all.
with it
But I'm saying
Cut
what
it
I'm
out,
saying
Didi.
is she's super sweet. She's so sweet that you're just kind of like, ugh. But I feel like she's trying to cross over into that other lane, cross over to the other side of the tracks. But she's taking her time with it, and I kind of like it.
I like it. I think the issue with Miss Jordan is there's no real character there. And I know we don't want to do these larger than life characters, but all the time because it don't always work. But I think Kelani Jordan needs to embody the spirit of AKA, very Tisha Campbell in School Days, very Jasmine Guy. Very that is the damn that is the that is where I think for her look, her aesthetic, even if she turned heel, it needs to be like a Whitley Gilbert, Gamma Rays type of heel. Like, girl,
You're just a jigaboo.
Girl, let's leave the colorism out. But like, I can see that kind of a thing. Like, just take an example. Like, if she had a feud with Lash and she's embodying that AK, like, girl, what is this? Like, get yourself together. Like, that is not like, I know what needs to happen. We need a character with this wrestler because she's a good wrestler. She's a great wrestler. She has a great look. But what's missing is we need a persona, and we don't have that right now. But if we go back to college, not Chase U, but if we go that HBCU, I'm
different world, take it to a different world.
Thing,
but
that will take her to the next level.
You want to out there acting light skin.
Well, I
mean, sometimes what you say, fam, wrestling is the reflection of the world.
Yes, indeed. Yes, listen, I'm with it. I'm with all of that.
I mean,
I think all of that.
But because the thing is, remember when people first started seeing her and Melo together, and like Melo was getting a push, and she started getting a push. Anytime she acted a little heelish, people like, oh, they're gonna push her into the Melo lane. That's kind of like, think about what happened with him. Not this here. Just the picture I got.
Oh my God, I can't.
But when Melo was on that,
Jesus,
I'm him. I'm putting people on T-shirts and putting them up in the rafters before I even have the like he.
That was hard.
People love that whole run in NXT. Go back and watch that time when he was champion. NXT champion, then the main title.
That was snubby All-American. That's that All-American. I'm that guy on the football team. Nobody can I love that for him. That is who he is. Did that translate to the main roster?
No,
they didn't.
Think so.
Oh, yeah, they didn't even bother. They could have. I don't think they even bothered to try.
It didn't have to be to that. It was getting there. Like, young buck, you think you know it all. I like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where it went.
Well, that's the thing is I feel like this is one of the things. Like, if you bring someone up, and that's the thing is, yes, do good at your job, right? Do good at your job so you get promoted, right? That's an ideal that we all understand and recognize. The problem is when you get up to the next level, are they hiring you because you did the lower thing well, or that they see that you can serve the next level? And if they don't see that you can serve the next level, it's like,
but are we
you
saying
gotta.
that he can't? Are we
No.
Perception that he can't?
No, what I'm saying is that if the folks that are booking this gentleman don't see why he serves the next level, then they're just going to be trying stuff. They're just going to be throwing stuff against the wall. And I feel like that's what they're doing with him. It's like you have a division that you got enough niggas that's real hip hop that can get in there and wrestle and throw good matches on. Make a division that does that, because will serve.
That was 205, and look what happened to that.
Well, no, this is way past that. I'm talking about on their actual TV, not the purple ropes.
Is there? But like, is that because he's not been able to hold the U.S. title. I don't know how close he is to holding that title currently with in this configuration. Is
he
is
got
that
a chain with a nigga on it that hated niggas? But
is this like a cruiserweight division? Like what title or what frame?
I don't want that cruiserweight shit.
What'd you say, DDL?
Andre the Giant did like black people.
I've never seen that on record.
The only person that I know I believe Bad News Brown may have had issues with Andre the Giant, but he may have been the only person that I've heard that. But I don't know how. I'd have to go back and see the tapes to see how racial anything got. But
I read his book and it didn't come. Like, I think his brother wrote the book.
Andre's brother, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I read it. He hated Kamala.
That makes sense.
Wait, why? Wait, why? I'm sitting there trying to figure out why we talking about Andre, forgetting what the hell's on this man's neck. Yeah, this whole situation. I
think the train was
going to shoot him. What?
I kind of like what they did. I get it, but I wish it wasn't like nobody winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal feels like they're on the track to do anything. Again, Bobby Lashley won and then he went to AEW and won the tag title. I mean, I'm not expecting much.
It feels like a gift.
It feels like a
here, shut up here.
Yeah, we ain't forget about you. Don't worry. We next year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's why I was asking about a title. Like if it's not him winning the U.S. title at some point, and they have some type of X division for the WWE or whatever, like they're gonna pull one of them shits from WCW TV title or something like it, which would probably make sense. Some type of 15 minutes on TV, show your skills type shit. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna pull. Do you think they think he's a future Miz?
I don't know what it is. I don't
because what the pairing what would set I did not have this topic on the dock at all, but what's the pairing of Carmelo and the Miz doing for Melo? Is that
nothing?
Is the idea to flesh out his on-screen persona? Like what would he gain from the Miz?
It's funny saying that could he be a Miz, because that sounds like it could be this.
I'm not even trying to be shady.
I think it could be fine. I mean, if you could figure out to be in that position, the nigga who's won multiple world titles, and just been over and have great feuds and have great moments. Main event of the WrestleMania,
Well, even not to cut you off, but I mean, this week there was a news report saying that Chelsea Green is one of the she's been looked at phenomenally backstage. Her and Damian Priest, but Chelsea Green specifically, because I guess I actually saw her during Vegas weekend. They said because of how ready she is to do all types of press and all types of work for WWE, she's looked at in the same light as the Miz. Remember when Miz won the title? He was doing Conan, he was doing everything. Like they're really appreciative of stuff like that. So I mean, it's not a bad thing to be, trying to be molded out.
Not to be at all. I think the thing that this is one of those things where, because the Miz has a 20-year career at this point. So hey, It ain't doing too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially coming from the real world, no shade.
That's where it started.
That's where it started.
Really, the architect for how that kind of person was going to transition into WWE. He actually is a trailblazer in a lot of ways, and people won't, I don't think, understand that. But I think with Carmelo, I think he has such a phenomenal run in NXT, and sometimes I think. Here's the thing, and I'm not gonna say I don't want to make it about race, but I don't think that Triple H is doing a phenomenal job at presenting black men in general in the promotion. And I think that's why Bobby Lashley left, because he knows him. He knows what it was going to give, and he said, "Okay, it's time to go." At least Vince had enough sense to. Yes, was Vince not great at a lot of things? Yeah,
Yes.
but at least he had enough sense to have, some sort of good representation. Right now, the best presented black male wrestler on WWE TV right now, if we're being honest with ourselves, is R-Truth.
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah.
Who?
I would say the New
Ron
Day.
Killings. I mean, what?
I think New Day
got to wrestle.
Yeah, but the New Day, every time, listen, I'm going to be honest. Every time the goddamn, specifically Xavier Woods is on TV, it's dope. And they're doing, like, their presentation to me is my favorite thing that black people are doing on WWE TV, but that's my opinion.
I think you're right. And I think that the stuff that we talk about, a lot of the newer stars doing, we're like making sure that on TV, off TV, whatever, your character is being represented and it shines through, because everything that they do is on point. But then it'd be, I'm not going to cage match, but then it'd be like weeks in between. Like, have they wrestled since Mania?
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say, Cal, as far as consistency, as far as the character currently penetrating the lens on the main roster. Like, the New Day is the New Day, and we know that the Street Profits, they're giving them a push, but to me, if I'm being honest, they're not penetrating the lens. They've had some great matches, but the characters aren't penetrating the lens right now. Whereas R-Truth, even though it's a comic character, it is penetrating the lens. It penetrated the lens all the way up to a match with John Cena on Saturday.
Yeah.
It'll
be interesting to see what that.
I think that's just the story that they've been telling for so long. I don't think there's anything that R-Truth is consistently doing since. I mean, because other than him getting put through that table at the press conference, like, what has he been doing?
So let's work backwards. He basically was the reason Randy Orton lost the match at the last PLE. He jumped in the middle of the ring, and then that caused John Cena to knock him out. He'd been back. He before for weeks. He's just been like, "Yo, John Cena, that's my guy." He talked. I want to say he had 2 backstage moments with Randy Orton in consecutive weeks where he was like, "I talked to John Cena, man. You ain't beating him." Like, he's been. But the problem is, R-Truth's been there, but anytime John Cena's around, they've not developed any type of story. Like, the one time the two of them were in the ring or were together outside of being in the ring, he walked away from him. The other time, like you said, he put him through the table. So they've not done a lot to develop it from the John Cena side. But, I mean, to be honest with you, R-Truth's kind of been saying that John Cena's been his idol since, a couple years. Matter of fact, when John Cena came back, they had that like series of tag team matches because they were both doing the 5 knuckles, you can't see me shit. But I
mean, look at that. The messed up part about this is the only guy that they can 100% give Cena a win for. Like, everybody else has got to be like shenanigans.
Well, this could be shenanigans too, but this is probably the cleanest.
There's no reason to do it. Like, you have to. Matter of fact, Cena got to put the beats to.
Well, I was going to say he's probably going to beat R-Truth's ass for whoever's going to be it'll probably be Cody Rhodes, because I'm gonna say it like that. Me. I'm gonna be so clear with you. Cody Rhodes is so the closest thing to Hulk Hogan right now that
absolutely.
But with
not that way, Mimi, shut up.
With that comes in an era where WWE is doing so well that they've got 4 Saturday Night's main events playing on prime time on NBC. At some point, the heroes got to come down the mountain, and everybody's been saying it. Triple H's guy is Cody Rhodes. If John Cena's in the middle of that ring beating R-Truth ass and nobody's been able to stop John Cena, this is Cody Rhodes. I don't know if their match going to be at Money in the Bank. I don't know if their match going to be at SummerSlam. It probably makes more sense to be a SummerSlam. But this is going to be the situation that would probably be the easiest for Cody Rhodes to come back and get a beat down, send him home happy at 10 o'clock situation as a return since
that does make sense.
Getting his ass beat. But and it also kind of blends into the John Cena ruining wrestling, because I don't even know. I just patreon.com/Black Rasslin. We dropping the the John Cena R-Truth Capital Punishment 2011 recording I just did the other day. That 2011 Raw is so bad. It's such a bad time, and it was R-Truth was a heel and John Cena was a bad baby face. Oh, hey, look at who it is. Let me get the Brother Matt. How you doing, brother Matt? How you feel about R-Truth and John Cena? We've been dancing all around everything. How you feel about that match this Saturday? You don't like R-Truth at all.
I don't like either one of them motherfuckers.
But what is it about?
You don't like R-Truth?
I was going to say, what is it about R-Truth?
I just think that they dumbed them completely.
Bring back Cigarette Truth.
That was 2011. That was 2011.
They done dumbed them down so much that John Cena is his idol.
He been his idol for a minute too. Like this match.
That's very funny. That is very
Matt's
funny.
been mad about R-Truth for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been some bullshit. You know,
this ain't new. This ain't happened just cause.
Very far from the first Black NWA champion.
Facts. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. We watched that too. Damn. So, Matt, we're not doing predictions this week because it's just this ain't a PLE.
Why would we be doing predictions? Not for my.
How do you see that match going then, brother?
Well, you know how it goes. It's not.
If I knew, I wouldn't ask you.
No, you know how it goes. R-Truth doesn't have a chance. This is the like you sit and watch. You sit and watch John Cena get RKO'd for 3 weeks and made to look like he's like a coward.
Yeah.
This is the time when you change that complete. You do a 180, and he's about to make R-Truth look like more of what he's been looking like for the last 20 years.
Thanks for getting that right, cuz nigga, if you would have said 360, I'd put you off the screen.
Now, do you think, because I mentioned this earlier, Mimi got upset, this is probably the opportune time for a Cody Rhodes return?
100%.
Mimi, just like the traffic, I'm trying to prepare you.
This has been the most greatest break of all time.
No, it's just continuation.
Nah, I'm sure one of them Roman Reigns breaks was better than this.
Oh shit. We about to get a roll.
All this is you were better off with Cody winning.
Winning that
you better off. Yeah.
No.
You know why? You got better television.
What?
But y'all, I sat back and told y'all this was ass.
Cody was ass.
But you say this about everything because it's hard for us to discern what you don't think is cheeks.
Right.
Hold on, cuz.
It is very hard to discern.
I have been a firm believer that John Cena is ass. So when they was talking about this retirement run, I sat on this show and told you this is a bad idea.
But that don't mean it wasn't gonna happen though. They had to give him the title.
No.
What
that
you
doesn't
mean,
mean it's
no?
a good idea.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying John Cena winning the title to ruin wrestling's a good idea. But all I told people, this retirement tour, y'all getting everything y'all want, and that's going to include John Cena getting that other champion. I would not be surprised if he lose and win it again.
Somebody run that footage back, because I do remember being the only person saying that this was a bad idea.
That's fine.
Even the chat.
That's fine.
This is an awful idea. You were better off building off of Cody Rhodes.
That part I disagree with.
Because you are stale right now. You're not building nobody.
We were stale with Cody. What are you talking about?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Stale,
You're not going to build. You're not building shit. This is going right back to Cody, and we're gonna be right back where we were before John Cena showed up.
Now, Cena, the next time John Cena sees Cody, he's gonna be him again. Square, like straight.
Oh wow!
Because the end of it is the end of them is down the road. Toward the end of this run.
The person who beats John Cena is going to be who?
I have no idea.
I don't think it matters who it is.
It's probably going to be Cody Rhodes. It's probably
going to be Cody Rhodes. It won't mean anything.
I think just like there was probably a way you could have made Undertaker's streak being broken mean a lot more than if being Brock Lesnar. There's a way to make John Cena's last match or losing that title, whatever, make somebody. But I think the reason why it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes, or it's going to be, something that's not going to make anything, is the same reason why what I was hoping for the John Cena run hasn't really delivered. It's not been presented on TV in any way that's appealing. The John Cena and Cody Rhodes had the same promo for 3 weeks in Europe. And then we didn't see John Cena because he was out there filming Hollywood. Mm-hmm. We got what everybody is saying is a bad match at Mania. And then he said, I'm ruining wrestling. And then he had...
And he ruined wrestling.
And then
that's what he's doing. He said what he said. He is doing exactly what he said. Right. He is ruining wrestling. Right. And it's not supposed to be anything. He's not supposed to give us good matches. He's supposed that Orton match was the best match out of his whole run. The more entertaining match, I should say. Mm-hmm. But he has delivered everything that he said he was going to do. Was shit. He was going to give us shit.
I think the thing is because I agree and like I see it, but the hope is that it's like the Marvel movies. Like at a certain point, you're building towards something.
But he doesn't want to build towards anything. He told you that. So why are we talking about it?
Because the thing is that when you're telling stories at a certain point, if you're going to be feeding people a lot of shit, it can't just end up being more shit to then say, all right, now we're going on to the next chapter.
I hear you, but that's
people are already upset about these ticket prices and whatnot. Is what I'm saying.
You're right, and people still paid it.
They're going to still pay it.
They still paid it. He said he was going to give us nothing. He's giving us absolutely nothing, and honestly, I feel like it's nothing to its best form. Like he's actually giving us nothing, and when he is, we're increasingly mad. So something is working. Maybe not for the best.
Well, I was going to say, because what happens if let's call this a grand experiment. What happens if people still keep paying for the wrestling that they're saying is being ruined? At the end, if they don't have something that's going to give people satisfaction or something they want, we're just going to go back to the next chapter of shitty wrestling. Like I don't know who gained. He's not from that.
At the end of his run, he's gone. He's done. So he doesn't care if he gives us anything or not. I personally think that it will happen. I think there's a means to this end. There will be a means to this end. What that is, I don't know. I rather not think about what that could or could not be, because I personally like my wrestling to be a surprise and like just on a day-to-day. But him, like I don't think we should be even expecting anything from this John Cena. Every time he shows up on our screen, we need to just accept the fact that he said that he's going to ruin wrestling. And that's it. And then see what happens down the line. But The only thing about this whole run, and I think for me, it's because he's lost so many times when he's come back in the past, that even if somebody goes over on him and it's not Cody and it's to me, it doesn't mean anything. He didn't do anything during this run because that's what the story's supposed to be. And he's lost so many times to so many other people. He made so many other people, like, somebody's gonna pin him, and it's just gonna, in my opinion, for me, I'm not gonna say for everybody, for me, it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, so what? Okay, so now you're a champion. Now what? It's not gonna mean anything to me.
So from what I'm gathering from all of this is basically WWE doesn't really want my money, and they want me to start watching. I mean, there's no shade. It's been given highlight reel for me for the last few weeks. No shade. Y'all have fun at SummerSlam. Y'all have fun at Money in the Bank. Y'all have fun at Survivor Series. Absolutely.
It feels I personally have a completely different take. I think some of the stuff in the back has trickled into on screen, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it, because this feels so disjointed. Like, if this was Vince McMahon's era, we would never be here. And I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not, advocating or anything like that, but you see the difference. And I just feel like we are in a completely different space. The space feels very, money driven, and the creative is suffering from it. They're still making money. These sponsorships, it just feels so ridiculous. Like, it's just so much of it, and the creative is suffering for it, and it feels like nobody cares. And I honestly feel like that shit that happened at WrestleMania 40, The Rock said, I'm gonna get it, you not gonna see me coming. And I feel like men can be super fucking petty, but petty to the point where I can't even stomach watching. I can't tell you the last time I watched a full wrestling show. Damn. I start tweeting and then I fall off.
Y'all got me sound like I'm a psycho. I got Collision on right now.
I think it's fine. I think for WWE product, I agree with me in that I think that they are monetizing a little bit too much. And that is impacting because they are making fistfuls of cash. It just seems like the actual product is not being cared for the way it needs to. Mm-hmm. And when, me personally, I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Mm-hmm. NXT is still the best programmed wrestling show to me. They have storylines. Things actually mean something. There's actually stakes. Yes, it is developmental, but no shade at this point. The developmental is a better watch to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even. Knowing that NXT is developmental, I can't even it's a third brand. Even using that word to describe it sounds ridiculous.
They've shaped the business they've locked it so well that they will make their cash regardless of the gate. The gate is an added, it's an added line to the bottom line. The number of sponsorships, the number of partnerships, the number of all of these things that are so guaranteed and locked in, it's not gonna, the ticket prices, it's just a caveat to the conversation, in my opinion. That's what it feels like.
No, I think you're right, but I think the thing is to circle back to the beginning of the conversation. While yes, and we've actually, we've spent the last hour and a half talking about a lot of things going on, especially in regard to them having to cut the most recent NXT in Tampa to go back to the PC because there weren't a lot of tickets sold. I think with the idea of let's grab cash because we're able to get as much cash as we can right now, they're focusing a lot on that, and it's not translating to let's make sure that these people that we're pulling up from NXT, like your Carmelo Hayes and such, are giving the appropriate care. Or these storylines with the John Cena's where they could be a little more intricate and shit, that we're daring to be different, but we're not putting enough, I don't want to say effort, but we're not giving it enough.
No,
we're not giving the care the story should be given to make it really feel worthwhile. Because I mean, I genuinely, with there's good and bad in all shows, but there's a lot of good, and it sucks that we're in a time where there's so much it's like a lack of focus, it seems, in a lot of the booking, to where it can start driving people away.
You don't see that it feels like John Cena just shows up. He just shows up and then he leaves. It just feels like TikTok. That's it. Like, it feels like something else is going on, that as much as they don't want it to translate into the cameras, it's translating into the cameras.
For a man who's recording content and promoting TV in the year where he gave his calendar to the WWE, it's again, I can only say, so there are points where it feels unfocused, and I think it shows in the product that comes up on TV, regardless of what matches are booked on your Saturday Night's Main Event or your PLE. Speaking of which, because I'm not keeping anybody for too much longer before the holiday weekend. We have a lot of pro wrestling this weekend. I did want to take a look at what's been going on, because I know DDM said he's not paying to go see any of your WWE shows, but I know DDM said where we watch is Saturday Night's Main Event. So we want to make sure that we take a look. Although I don't think, do we think they're going to be adding another match to this 4-card Saturday Night's Main Event show?
I would assume not, because the last pay-per-view only had 5 matches.
It only had 5 matches.
That's probably it.
Is this him?
It's Cena in color and in black and white. I don't know
what. It doesn't even make any sense.
The other images weren't. They weren't black and white. That makes
you mean the poster?
The actual poster, yeah.
The poster, the left side is old school Cena. The right side is dark. You know what I mean? Beating up our true Cena.
He wearing the same clothes.
That's what he said. That was the great idea.
He said he wasn't changing up his gear.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Absolutely stupid.
First question.
Stupid, though.
What's the main event? Cena Truth or Jay Logan?
Jay Logan.
Jay Logan's for the title at the very least.
Yeah, eventually main event. Jay's got to have a main event.
Cena Truth starts the show?
I would.
Yeah,
because they got a whole cage match as well. Damn,
he need to leave. He need to leave.
This is a weird.
There isn't, to be honest, the only Jay and Logan is the only match that, with the result I expect, would start a show. Like,
I was going to say that
you start a show. It should be the show.
That could be, because they've got a steel cage match plus a tag team match with CM Punk in it. Like, the order could be anything at this point. Megs, I hear you. No women's match on this card. I trust me. I've noticed that as well. Tiffany Stratton already defended her title last week on SmackDown. I don't know.
So she can't defend it now?
I don't think they're gonna. I think Mimi. I think that's the reason why Tiffany defended last week, and this week they're going to do Street Profits and Fraxium for the title on SmackDown on Friday,
but not on this.
But not on this card. Yeah, there's a reason they're doing this. What you saying, man?
Who's the other women's champion?
Io Sky.
Oh yeah,
she just defended last.
But the fact that you have to ask that though, it feels like that's why that's not on the card.
Thank you, fam. What you saying, man?
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre screams ass.
Screams enough already. Enough already.
Could that start the show in the steel cage?
It doesn't matter. I'm not watching.
That's right.
I'm watching.
I'm gonna be eating my crabs.
See.
I think y'all be hard on Drew and Damian.
Talk about it.
It's over. No, you know why? It's not being hard. It's like it's like that. It's like Rhea at fucking Live. Enough.
Yeah, you got to move on.
You got to move on at some point, or give it a little bit of a break. Stick somebody in there to kind of like mix it up a little. I can't.
But they have to. They got to end it though, right? So what
I mean thought it was over. I thought
me too. I was like, again.
But they haven't ended it. That's the thing. They gotta blow it off, and they haven't.
They've abandoned so many other things. Why can't they abandon this?
Because for these two guys, and I feel like these guys have actually had a very kind of parallel journey. Is guys that they've leaned on.
Facts.
And they feel like they owe them or they deserve, and so they're putting energy toward those guys. And I think it's a good idea, even with Drew, who I've not been super excited about. Because of
shit like this.
Correct.
But this is also just Saturday night's main event. This ain't.
But
period.
This is a glorified house show.
As you specifically said, there are two people on the same path. It's like they're the same person. You got to keep them niggas away from each other. If they are the same, you keep them away.
This is why Drew McIntyre didn't want the match to begin with. He tried to tell y'all this shit back in February.
And we listened.
February? We were talking about this since February.
They were building this at the Rumble. Rumble was February 1, I believe. That was that Saturday in Indiana.
Then I give a blood.
I think I went to the bathroom doing this.
I understand. The Punk Sami Zayn versus Seth Braun. I mean, they tag team. They've been brawling. I'm assuming that's the
this is
get people watching the TV.
This is the big. This is your big Saturday night's main event has a thing.
This the thing before the main event.
But this is going to be the thing for the night, which is I'm going to assume Sami Zayn goes with his man.
Who's his man?
Kevin Owens. He's going away too.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the Sammy turn, and this may be the time to do.
I'm assuming this is the thing for. This is the reason why you tune in.
I'm with it.
Okay.
It would be the reason you talk about it, not tune in, because they're not advertising.
You're tuning in to see CM Punk and all that, but the water cooler on Monday should be.
Here are the names, right? We're not settling any beefs tonight. This isn't because it's only Saturday night's main event. This ain't no goddamn pay-per-view.
How you spell it?
SRRDEE.
Yeah, it's 4 E's.
Wait, hold up.
Double T.
Hold up, because this is gonna be the name. This is gonna be the name of the episode. Just SIR 4 E's.
D4 E's.
D4E.
Wait, so SIR.
Is that the Laffy Taffy niggas?
Yeah, D4 E.
So it's 8 E's total. Sir D. Got you. I'm with it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be eating no crabs during this, but I probably.
The radio music of that era is just so bad to me.
Cold Coke.
A cold drink.
A cold drink, baby.
Let me get a cold drink.
Excited.
Let me get a cold drink. Then on Sunday.
Hey yo, I don't like work. That's
that work?
Double entendre.
About this.
It's a double entendre.
Works out. Brian East Water. Shout out Hollywood in the building. Shout out. Sunday.
Saturday.
No, Sunday.
Oh, it's a double whammy.
It's a double with Jammy. You got NXT Battleground Tampa, which gonna feature. All right, let's go through this. I don't know about if I care about that 6-man tag match, but shout out to Future. Shout out. You good? Peace.
Oh, I didn't even see him there.
Okay.
He was in and out like the Flash.
Screen. What the hell?
He was naked.
I saw his arm.
Pushed him away.
He said, "Shout out, the game is on. The game is on."
Is on.
You got Hank and Tank and Josh
God,
Briggs.
I fucking hate that name.
Hank and Tank.
Yes, I can't.
It's like Frank and Dank.
Right.
Frank and Dank.
Frank and Beans.
Hank is Tank.
Hank's Tank and Josh Briggs taking on
Hank's Tank is crazy.
The culling.
Hank's Tank.
Hank's Tank and Josh
I
Briggs.
like Hank and Tank.
I like Hank and Tank.
A lot of
too.
people
That's
do too.
Hank.
Yeah, they've got some support. Folks like that.
If you didn't see their matches Stand and Deliver when they won the tag match, good tag match.
Yeah, I like Mother Hank and Mother Tank.
Sol Ruka defending the NXT women's title or women's North American title against Kelani Jordan.
AKAs, yo. This the AKA match.
Yeah. Sol is starting to get her look together. She's starting to look the main roster ready. I was looking at her this week on NXT, and I was like, "Oh, sis, you ready to come through?"
The pink shorts.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, you starting to get it now." All right.
Yeah. She definitely not. She's not just looking like she went to PacSun. What's that store?
Right.
Yeah,
It's PacSun.
yeah. That should be a good one. I don't know if those styles match a little too much, but that should be a good match. Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
That's gonna be good. Tony D'Angelo is such a gem.
You got to watch the story though, right? Like you got to get the vignette to see how that all came together.
I just love Tony D'Angelo. I am
my brother.
okay.
How can you do that to me?
I believe even what I like about Tony D'Angelo is yes, the character is very over the top, but I remember his matches with Obafemi, which were really good. They had great chemistry together. The storyline is great. I really like. I am a Tony D'Angelo fan. I'm like, yes.
Wasn't Stax what they called Samuel Jackson before they shot that nigga?
Yes, he was Stax and Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you always got these hot books around, huh?
He said, "Oh, you're late. You was late to your own funeral." And then the dude was still making the coffee. I'm sorry. We not only are we spoiling the Goodfellas, we spoiling real life.
How you spoil Goodfellas?
I know. If you ain't watched Goodfellas yet, I don't know what to tell you.
It's been 35 years.
Chat. Be real. And I want everybody to answer in chat.
Yep.
Have you seen Goodfellas?
If you haven't, we don't care.
And if you haven't,
Stax had them,
if you haven't, it's okay. I just wanted, like, everybody ain't seen that. Tariq, look at how quick that was. I haven't seen it. Tariq, it's okay. It's a great film.
How old are you?
Yeah, fix
Tariq
it.
look like he old enough to have seen Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Tariq ain't old enough to watch this show.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't turn him away.
Tariq is 26 years old.
See, 26 whole years.
He never seen it neither.
Hey, just go ahead and fix it. Hey, listen, I am a large.
Said he get into it.
No, Rattler Steve, I'm ashamed of you.
Rattler Steve ain't see it.
Rattler
Shit happens.
Look at Kels. Kels says she's seen it in the movies.
I didn't see it in the movies, but
Hells.
I seen it on
Hells,
VHS.
my girl, Hells.
Nah, go see it. But yeah, you're not crazy if you ain't seen it yet. See it before you see it this weekend.
I saw it at the block. I got it from the Blockbuster.
Shout out the blue and yellow tapes.
Which one of those had the two VHS joints?
I think it was Goodfellas. Goodfellas used to have to flip the DVD.
Oh, I hated the DVDs. You had to flip because they ain't never had no.
I had a couple. I've had a couple copies of Goodfellas growing up. I had the double VHS, single VHS, and
I'd like to continue this movie. Please flip the disc over.
It's like the fuck.
Chris Brown never seen it. Chris Brown never
started
seen
smoking my blunt. Nah, but you the early version you had to flip. You got me over to see the rest, see everybody else. Laserdisc is crazy. Laserdisc is crazy. It is a 1990.
Laserdisc came out for a hot second. I think that shit was too expensive for motherfuckers to get.
Laserdisc was in.
Records.
If your school had money, you had Laserdisc in the school science class.
They definitely had them in the science class.
That's what it was. That's one time they had them in my school. That's the only time I saw a Laserdisc in real life.
Yeah, same. In science class.
Them big ass CDs.
Yep.
They look like they
big vinyls.
Big ass vinyls for real. Joe Hendry's going to be defending the TNA World Title against Trick Williams. Trick losing this match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This is the part that I said had to come.
It has to happen. Yeah. There's no way Joe Henry
some of these other
why did
niggas
it
got
have
to win.
But why did it have to be him, bro?
Amy, look at this card though.
It's actually it's probably the best spot on this card from from the losing side.
For a nigga to lose?
It's the best losing side of this card.
He is always losing.
He been losing a lot.
Meg said Trick winning.
You think?
I don't think so.
Trick walking around with that.
I think that the only thing I think that benefits that theory is Trick kind of been healing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to kind of see how he could work as a heel with a little bit of power, especially going between the shows, but I don't know if I don't know when Joe Henry loses that title. I don't know if this is the night he loses the title.
Trick can't. I don't know if Trick could take an L.
He gonna have to.
He gonna have to because he ain't winning that belt.
Matt, you think he could be TNA World Champion?
I think he can. I think it would be a great. I think for them to try to like do this, I think this is the perfect match to do it. Like you said, to give him that a little bit more exposure and see how his legs, how he does with his legs, whatever. I don't know if they will do it though.
Yeah, it's
I believe in Joe Hendry.
See, and he's on a roll as well, and I think they like him down there too.
They already let him lose to Randy Orton. They ain't gonna let him lose again.
Mm-hmm.
That was a surprise, and it was WrestleMania.
Well, and it was, and Randy Orton couldn't have lost that match because he needed to at least look strong enough to go into the.
Randy was not what you. Randy was never losing to no damn Joe Hendry.
But even if like I think if there was a world where Randy didn't have the Cena match after that,
he was not losing to Joe Hendry, Cal.
It's not as cut and dry. I think
it's cut and dry, Cal.
I don't know. He still went out there and did Joe Hendry shit. Like it's not like
he was not losing to Joe Hendry.
I just don't think that Trick should win, and I'm putting on my TNA executive hat.
Talk about
because like our people keep going over there and losing. They go over there, they lose.
TNA.
Yeah, TNA people. They keep going over there and losing.
They lose a lot.
And like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna keep sending people over there to lose. My champion, he got the rub on WrestleMania with Randy. We get that, but I'm not gonna I can't keep sending my people over there to lose.
Y'all think?
And not lose a belt too. Like, come on, man. Like at some point, this is not a partnership. This isn't like if my people are going to lose every time, then it gets predictable and it's boring.
I don't know. Do we? But you're not wrong. But I don't know if the right wrestling people are in TNA right now for that to matter.
The win,
because I mean, G Diction, who said it in the chat? No, Mr. D said it. TNA's trying to be acquired by TKO. Like they're doing a lot of take them. Do the thing. There's a lot of NXT.
They call what do they call it? Glazing.
There's a lot of glazing. There's a lot of glazing that TNA is doing for NXT and WWE right now.
No, shut up.
I don't. I'll say this. All glazing aside, if Scott D'Amore was over at TNA right now and was still the man with the pencil, I could see that being a situation where you're not getting over on all my wrestlers all the time. When he was gone, the idea was it seemed like the TNA people over there right now, Anthem, whatever, they're trying to be as cool with WWE as they can.
So they're basically pimping their talent.
Big blazing.
I'm just going to say, as a viewer, okay, let's go all in. After a while, I'm like, okay, why am I even watching this? Because we know that you're going to lose. Okay, like this, I really am having a problem with the booking in WWE right now outside of NXT. It's very lazy. It's very lazy.
Did Jordan Grace win anything? Did she win any matches?
She did not.
Well, do we think Jordan Grace is going to be beating Stephanie Vacquer?
Yes,
I don't think
so.
Could.
She could.
I think she could.
It might be dumb if she don't, because then what
are we doing this for? Exactly.
Yeah.
Stephanie beat Julia.
Hold on.
I mean, Jordan beat Julia. I'm sorry, Jordan beat Julia.
When Metaphor went over to TNA, They lost, right?
There's been some losses.
There's been a lot of losses.
went over there.
Oh yeah,
there's been a lot. There's been a lot of people. Katrina Petrovic's gone over there. Wendy Chu's gone down
Black,
there.
When
Elena
Black went over there,
she lost.
Yes. Yeah, she was losing.
Whenever you go over there, you lose. Whenever they come over here, they lose.
Well, matter of fact,
has been released.
Well, wait though.
Outside of Lash,
Obafemi and the Hardy Boys lost in Impact. It was a 6-man tag. They lost to Moose. He ended up beating Moose on NXT, but that did happen.
Wait, what?
Wesley,
what? Say that again.
Moose and his team, the System, beat Obafemi and the Hardy Boys in a 6-man tag match on Impact TV.
Yeah,
that was maybe a week or two before Oba beat him at Roadblock. Yeah,
do remember Wesley? We was having this conversation before. Wesley lost at the.
He lost to his mans, right?
He lost to Zach Wentz.
Yeah,
on NXT.
On Impact.
Oh,
no, on NXT.
On NXT.
He did. NXT I was shocked.
Didn't he have a match on Impact as well?
Yeah, he won that match.
There's been I remember going through because there was somebody on Reddit had gone because this has been months. It's not like it's been recent. It's been going on for a minute. And like there's the Charlie Dempseys who might go down there and win, but there's a lot of people who are lower than Charlie Dempsey who will go on their TV and lose.
I'm going to say something, and it's going to be y'all are not going to like it, but it's going to be facts,
opinions, and takes.
You know, here's the thing.
Don't judge me before you say it.
All them losses y'all talking about that WWE took was on Impact TV, and who's watching that? I'm talking about we're on.
But wait, no.
Every time DDM used to pass the voice.
But this is what I was trying to understand earlier, because earlier you were saying that what would be the reason that people would still watch Impact. I don't think it's going to matter. I think genuinely, I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think at a certain point, the diehards who are watching Impact on whatever channel you watch Impact, that's what they're going to. They're still going to. They're going to keep watching. Right now, Anthem wants to be WWE. They want TNA to be Evolve. They want them to buy that company, make all that money, and then let them worry about the wrestling. They're trying to make an attractive wrestling product for somebody. I don't think they're trying to make TNA to be a AEW or some type of proper competitor to WWE. I don't think that's the situation at all.
Oh, and I totally agree with that. I'm just saying, how is it attractive if your people are bums all the time? Like, that's just, I mean, for me,
they may like bums.
You know,
I don't know if bums is the right word.
Pete, what was Crazy Steve?
Bummin.
What was the other dude? PCO. What was the other dude?
No, those are bums.
There was some. They be bummy down there.
White Papa Shango.
It gets bummy sometimes. There's some great wrestling down there. It gets bummy sometimes.
Yeah, but I
Crazy
think
Steve.
I think Trick Williams winning.
He is not winning.
No, I'm saying I think Trick Williams winning is this. That's not. Like it's not supposed to happen.
That's why you think it will happen. That's why you think it will happen. That Trick Williams becoming TNA World Champion would be
not supposed to happen.
That's summer school. That's just some random shit you do for the next couple months.
If you want to, because right now you have one of my brothers saying that they're bums. If you want to change that,
I'm meaning that you have them looking like bums.
Yes.
Time they're on the big show on CW, okay, they're losing.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna be honest. There's something oxymoronic about saying the big show on the CW.
Between TNA and NXT.
No.
Well, yeah.
I understood it.
It just sounds funny.
It's just in the frame of things.
It's grown up.
It sounds funny. You just got to remember TNA may not have a TV.
What I'm saying is, if you looking outside of the past, outside of the people who held the TNA championship in the past, if you want to make the TNA champion look like something and watch him go on a run and turn this
mother
this
out.
this bum show into something that motherfuckers might want to see. You put the shit on Trick
and get him on the CW with it and the YouTube membership.
You're right.
Listen,
Just don't think that it's gonna happen.
Listen,
like
let's not lie, cuz here's the problem with that theory.
Wow.
Your diatribe just now attempted to tell me that Trick Williams is more over than Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
What'd you say, DDM?
Is a facade.
Yeah. He's a facade that's working right now. So
you got a WrestleMania shirt.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry has crossed over into mainstream stuff without mainstream television. This is before
what?
This is before Mania.
The internet.
The NFL.
Yeah.
Well, the internet. He's not. I totally hear and understand your point of view, fam. But every time I see this man from a marketing standpoint, he's a catchphrase. It's going to lose its luster very quickly. And I see what he's doing.
Niggas
wait, hold
Joe
on.
Hendry at last Mania.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to sustain himself, his character aesthetically. I don't know if you've seen him as of late, but it feels like he's more polished looking. His hair is coiffed. He just looks like he has.
That's like a vaginal.
Just looks like
that's a vaginal
his
fart.
outfits are just a little bit way too perfect. He looks so perfect now because like even when he does the turn, it's like this. Like he was.
But that's what it's
before,
been.
and it was fun. No, this one. This time it's a little bit. It looks a little different because. He knows he has to sustain this whole say my name situation.
But isn't that
you gotta get this nigga in the Steeler hat out off my screen now.
What'd you say?
Right now?
Yeah,
I mean,
doing his thing.
I just personally, I feel like I'm getting ready to be here's my heel promo.
No. You started that hours ago. Keep going.
Yeah. We nigga here now.
I like Trick to death. Okay. But
I was trying not to go here.
He's running out of gas.
Yeah, and
damn.
Yes.
And him and Carmelo need each other right now.
Yeah.
And that's a chip left to play. And at this point in time, I totally understand what Math is saying. However, Josephina Hendry is the moment right now. Okay.
Look at his face.
And quite frankly, I don't know. Like Trick, even on the mic, there's some deficiencies there. Not a lot, not bad, but there is some deficiencies there. And you see it in that over promo. With the triple threat with him and Javon Evans. It's a little bit. He need to put a little bit more hem in it right now. Is given. I went to the school of Booker T. I'm in a block shoe boot, and that's what we doing. But the reality is, I believe in Joe Hendry, and I hate saying that. I know this is the Black Rasslin show.
No, to speak the truth.
But him and Carmelo, he needs to. Here's what I think should happen to save Carmelo right now, because Carmelo is underwater. And Trick is doing not underwater, but it's giving like, okay, girl, what's next? I think on that main roster, they need to repeat what they did in NXT, heel team, and I think that'll give the shot in the arm and a rejuvenation. But as of right now, I think Joe Hendry needs to keep that belt.
Damn.
I'm going to say
agree. Circle takes the square.
I like the idea of Trick taking the title. If Sean and whoever at Anthem can do the dance between two promotions properly.
I don't think Trick should take that title because I feel like Trick has slightly regressed.
Yeah. And this,
and he's trying.
This is
He's
AEW
trying, but he
all
needs
over
to.
again.
He got to do something else. Like this. This ain't it.
Yeah, I think him and Carmelo, they need to get back together and rerun that program in front of the masses, in front of that main roster, and I think that'll give them some life. But right now, I do believe in Joe Hendry, and sometimes, you know, and who's to say? Like usually, Math is right about stuff like this sometimes, because he's the one that predicted that Lyra was going to keep that raggedy ass belt, but he's the only one that did it. So I am willing to give my brother grace and his flowers, because with these oddball situations where we know ain't nowhere in hell this should be happening, he's usually pretty spot on with these predictions. But no.
So, all right, let's get to the rest of the show. So y'all was saying Jordan Grace is not winning, or she winning?
I think it can go either way. Stephanie Valkyrie is becoming increasingly over every week.
That's that booty pop.
So I don't. And Stephanie's getting better with her English. You know, that's interview.
Her promos have been better. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Jordan Grace is supposed to have a spot. Here's my view on Miss Grace. She did what she needed to do to get in the door. She got the new hair color. She looks great. But what I noticed about Miss Grace, I understand why they didn't put her on the main roster first. Because there are deficiencies on that mic. Mm-hmm. The promo and the persona is a little Stepford wife. It's very robotic. It's no range. We need to get Miss Grace into some drama classes, you know, so that she can learn to express herself fully and learn how to express herself. You know what the problem I have with a lot of these muscle women? In this sense, China was smart enough to shut the hell up in the beginning. Okay. And when I say that, meaning that you didn't hear China in the beginning, you saw her. So she was able to establish that presence and you believed it. And then when you heard the hi, how are you doing kind of voice, you kind of ignored it a little bit because the character was so established. This is my issue I have with Jordan Grace. This is my issue I have with Nia Jax. Y'all open your mouth, it kills the presence for me. And that's it kills it for me. Right. If every time Jordan Grace opens her mouth, I'm like, girl, like what? Like you know, it's monotone. It's not. It's just not it. You know. And the more she opens her mouth each week, it makes me be like, oh, okay, girl. Damn. Where Stephanie Valkyrie does not, she has a language barrier, but she knows how to emote, and I say this every week. She knows how to emote through her facial expressions, her body language, and her persona. And I think that here's the problem I have with some of these big women. They saw Beth Phoenix, and then everybody wanted to be Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix is an exception. Okay, Beth Phoenix was a muscular girl who was in a Divas era and somehow managed to make it work. A lot of these girls, and Booker T said this about Nia Jax, and I absolutely agree. A lot of these girls want to be the Diva era, but you're not a Diva era looking bitch, okay? You are a glow looking bitch, okay? You are an American Gladiator looking bitch. That's who, like, Fiji. I'm not going to cast, you know, Cynthia Erivo to play Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to make sense. And a lot of these characters that these women have, like, thank you. Gladiator, be a Marvel character, Jordan Grace. That's what we need. That's what you giving, bitch. But on the mic, it's giving Tammy, who works at the Walmart, and you checking my receipt.
Tammy at the managers, though? Like, I don't.
Ain't none.
Why do they keep putting niggas that can talk with managers that can talk?
Thank you. I agree. We need to bring managers back because Jordan Grace with a manager would pop.
But like somebody like just send her, like murder her. Okay, now murder her. Okay, murder her. And that because
isn't that Richard Stone? What is his
Robert
brand.
Stone.
Robert Stone.
Yeah. What
Isn't he
happened to him?
He's around. I think he maybe
on Evolve, right?
He be on Evolve, right? Yeah, and like he does like funny stuff on NXT. I don't know how much. Like there's not like Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman. I don't know how many managers are there on WWE. I think it may.
And they keep putting Paul Heyman with niggas that could talk.
It's always with top guys. It was.
Maybe he's in just an era where he just does what he wants to do and that's it.
Well,
because I mean, Paul, it's Paul, so he can do that.
I think that's part of it, but the flip side is
these people, develop these people. Some of these people that are maybe hurt or you know what I'm saying.
The last time they had a proper manager was Zelina Vega, and that was damn near 5 years ago.
And that was really good.
And now she's your women's United States champion. Like they don't even. I don't think WWE normally thinks of valets or managers or mouthpieces for wrestlers. They're trying to make the wrestler represent themselves enough to good, bad, or indifferent.
I would guess in the era of financial thinking, that paying a guy who cannot be a part directly of your show, I guess I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think conventions work in almost everything, right? The old stuff works because it puts people in the mindset of good guy, bad guy, or it makes up for someone's deficiency. Like if he can't talk, you put him with MVP. God dang it, and it works.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and I think it effort to keep the show going because we already got a meeting right now. But somebody who don't need a manager and nobody else.
Yeah, I mean like Smurfs use Smurf.
Obafemi is. I think Obafemi is one of those guys who WWE sees as like that's the I don't want to say prototype, but like the person that can do the damn thing in the ring. And then when we ask them, hey, here's a microphone, let them know who you are and why they should go pay tickets to see you. And then he go out there and do what he did with Miles Bourne on NXT this past Tuesday. Like
that was great.
They like Obafemi's probably somebody who in the past you would like an Omos. You would think they probably need some type of mouthpiece, some type of manager to present them to the people. I think they want financial is the big thing, but I think at the end of the day, they want their wrestlers to be somebody who can represent themselves and then go and do the damn thing. What you saying, DDM?
I get that, but also too, it's a TV show, okay? And
you
get ready to do a Netflix miniseries that further exasperates, and it's a TV show. And guess what a TV show has? It has actors, okay? This is Broadway with stunts, okay? You can hire a few extras to talk and get these people over, okay? And you ain't got to pay the valet the same amount you would pay the wrestler. Not unless that contract, that valet becomes an attraction like a Paul Heyman or Miss Elizabeth or someone like that, then that's a different story. But at the end of the day, some of these people need mouthpieces because their look is more imposing. But once again, when they open their mouth, like I understand now why the Undertaker ain't really talk like that in the beginning. I get it now.
I dare one of y'all to go back to that last. Remember, he ran into NXT and had a promo. I want y'all to tell me what he was talking about.
What was he saying? What was he saying?
Was
he didn't say nigga.
Obafemi beating Miles Bourne ass. Jasper Troy coming out.
Now let's talk about Miles Bourne real quick.
Talk about it.
I'm a Miles Bourne fan now. Because that's a classic example of, I'm not going to lie, first when he opened his mouth, I'm like, girl, what's going on? But then, as the promo went, he sold the promo. It was real. It was true to him. And it made sense. I'm like, but let me go ahead and get a Miles Bourne t-shirt. Do you have merch? Miles Bourne is a different case because Miles Bourne represents a demographic that is not represented.
Right.
So there's a slot there.
He represents a whole community, right? A
whole community. He is good in the ring. And what I liked about the promo with him and Oba is that Miles' character perspective and the conversation made sense. The things that he said, every great ruler falls. Come on, Miles. You know, like it that's what I'm talking about. Make sense. No shade. Shawn Michaels, I think you do for a promotion. Okay. I think you do for a promotion, buddy, because I know NXT is not the, in the top 2, but it just seems like that show understands how to tell a story more.
He's the better booker.
So let's be careful here, right? Because
talk it.
This is college. This is Coach K. When Triple H had NXT, it was amazing. The black and gold era was amazing.
Because he had,
here's the thing.
He had already
this
trained
is
wrestlers.
Duke. This is Carolina. This is not the pros. You have more area for if a guy doesn't make it on NXT, you're like, it's developmental. I get it. He'll be fine. If a guy goes up and it doesn't work, it's whoever's up there's fault, right? I think guys like DIY, for me, should have stayed down there forever. They work there. When they go up there, I don't care. However, let's keep it a milli is that you are talking the difference between the NFL and the goddamn NCAA. And Coach K won at the Dream Team, but Coach K ain't never won at the pros. I think Shawn Michaels...
You're right, but the thing is he had already established wrestlers. He had already established wrestlers during Yellow and Gold, or Yellow and Red, whatever the fuck it was.
Black and Gold.
Black.
Jesus Christ!
I'm so fucking tired. Mimi had a whole pride flag out here. That era didn't work either. Sorry, Vince.
He had already established wrestlers, so of course it was great. Of course, the people that we saw that came from New Japan and came from this place and that place, we wanted to see them on Black and Gold, and it looked good and it worked absolutely. But this is different. You can't compare the two, because basically Shawn Michaels is taking these kids that, while athletic, don't know anything about the business, and putting them on primetime TV and creating creative stories for them. And they're taking the ball and they're scoring. Now,
college.
if it doesn't matter. It does.
Listen. How many
of
them niggas without some sort of lineage went up and worked?
None of them have gone up and worked yet. None of them, except you can't even say Roxy, because Roxy was trained. Like, she wasn't NIL, right? She was she came from the school,
she's been wrestling since she was like 13, 15.
Right. So right. So you can't even compare. You can't even say her as of yet. My thing is, yes, it's different. Yes, it's college, so it's working now. Maybe it's not going to work there, but we're talking about week to week, bell to bell, what people are enjoying, and they're enjoying the CW because the stories are there. The girls and the guys are, they're tweaking what they need to tweak. Some of them need a little bit more help. It's clearly not sustainable. So that's a part of some of the development that needs to happen, where you're on a roll. You have to keep that ball in the air. You have to make it count every single week. You can't get lazy. And I'm not saying that Trick is getting lazy. I'm saying he's got to tweak, because it's not sustainable. But it's different. It feels like he's producing different kids. He's producing different talent, and he's using a blank canvas to do so. And we're interested.
I will say, look at the one thing I would point to is like someone like Bailey.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton, I forgot. Yep.
But like, look at Bailey. Bailey was a character on NXT, and then when she went to the main roster, at a certain point, they had to change that because that character's things worked down there different work. And I think the way Shawn Michaels looked at things, the person that you're being developed as on NXT, should be who you're graduating to the main roster as. So there shouldn't be any conversation about a shift.
I don't know if I always like. I don't think you should marry the character because like there are things that will always work. And even from that era, like them vaudevillian niggas, I always will point to because that stuff didn't work when it came up, right? And that's fine, right? But so you have to elevate. But I think you just have to be able to use what you learned down, and then when you come up, go on swim, baby. You in the pool now.
Yeah.
Hold on. So it's three of Shawn Michaels guys are on television right now. That's
Tiffany Stratton,
Braun Breaker, and Carmelo, right?
I mean, yeah.
Carmelo teeters, doesn't he?
No, Melo's a Shawn Michaels guy.
Okay.
Melo's a Shawn Michaels guy for real. He'd tell you that. And people like Obafemi, and I want to say like I don't know what it was like when Triple H was the guy, but any NXT talent that I've been able to come in contact with and have a conversation about, they talk about the text that they have with Shawn Michaels. Like, you know, he really trying to make sure that, and I'm not trying to cape for nobody, but the way that
it's there. It's in the presentation.
Exactly, the way that the things are developing in the two different eras, I think is it's clear to me. It's clear.
I want to be clear on what I said.
Yes,
I said go slow when we have this Shawn Michaels here, Triple H's here.
Of course,
that's my personal opinion. I don't personally.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I
agree.
It's boring. It is a chore for me to watch Raw every Monday. It is a chore for me to watch SmackDown on Fridays. It is not a chore for me to watch NXT
at all.
Yeah.
It's NXT's the best for this show.
Niggas like Kyle is better than the pros all the time.
From there.
Sure. Well, and that's the other thing. Yeah.
They both came from there. So the NXT run is both of theirs.
Yeah, and I do also wonder. I mean,
but when you broke them up, look what happened. It's like tag teams. They're great together, and then when you break them up, somebody, the scale always, it is what it is.
Mimi said you don't be surprised if Shawn Michaels is going to Shawn Michaels.
The Chase Hughes of the world don't look as bad as whoever flounders on big TV.
You're not wrong.
So I think those losses or those failures just don't show as bright. Like if it don't work on NXT, oh, okay. If it don't work on the main roster, they got dang Triple H.
I'm not. I don't think I'm talking about the translation from the big from development to that. I'm talking about development, because even when you go up to the main roster, you're still developing, you're still learning, and we see what's happening. We see, okay, I trained him up for you. Here's Carmelo. I trained him up for you. Now you take it. Goes both ways. It's not just Carmelo. It's the person that they handed him to.
It is like watching the main shows. They just seem to drag and drag and drag.
Yeah, because you got 6 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, but Raw has been slimmed and it still drags. Raw is not 3 hours every week. It has a really big.
It's usually about 2.5. It's usually about 2.5.
It's a 2.5 hour
show. They trimmed off.
It's a chore. It's a chore.
It's not enjoyable. I forget all that. I get it. But as a consumer, it's not enjoyable. It's dragging. And as a television show, as a pure television show, it's a chore.
As I'm going to be real with everybody right now.
Yeah,
as a podcast, this is a drag right now.
Yes, indeed.
We about to speed run the fuck out of this. We've got a AEW show on Sunday night as well, which is probably going to run a lot long. Hey, nigga, don't look it like that. Don't look like that. I told y'all it was a Super PAC weekend. I'm trying to get through this shit. I'm not trying to have the Shawn Michaels Triple H who do this bet. We can do that next week.
This should go by fast because it's AEW.
I'll say this.
It's a drag.
Well, no, hopefully this is the last of the card. They just had collision during our taping tonight. So I don't know if they're going to be adding anything else to the show. Highlights: Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné in the finals for the Owen Hart women's tournament for the 2025 Cup. The winner of this is going to get a match against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Title at All In.
Arizona.
Well, assuming that Toni Storm retains against Mina Shirakawa, the thought would be that this would be the match that would set up Mercedes Toni Storm in July. On Wednesday night,
women's wrestling.
I don't know if it's I'm assuming it's confirmed. Adam Page and Will Ospreay going to be the main event in the Owen Hart men's final.
Yes.
Similar situations. This would be the person that be facing Jon Moxley. The way that Ospreay told her on Wednesday, this would be the person that would be becoming the face of AEW, winning the title for Moxley. What you about to say, man?
Yes.
You think Ospreay's winning it?
Doesn't matter. It's going to be a hell of a match.
It will be a hell of a match. It will be. That being the end of the night is an interesting night when they've got a whole anarchy at the arena, which is all right. No. Kenny Omega, number 52, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops versus the Death Riders and that's a lot of motherfuckers beating on each other.
No,
I don't want to see that match.
Those are usually the anarchy joints are fun joints. Usually,
y'all like those matches. I've never been a fan of like that.
Chaotic.
No, what it is? It's a lot of people. I think I want to say it's probably like a 12-person match.
I don't know about y'all. I like to see somebody get ran over with a golf cart sometimes.
I'm fine with it. Just not.
I'm not
I
a
like
fan.
to focus, and I can't focus watching this match. I can't even focus watching it, seeing it on the paper.
I'll watch World Star for the.
I'm not a fan of it being two women
in the mix of that. It's just Willow and Marina
in here. Oh my god!
Like what are they?
It's just Willow and Marina.
I don't understand that.
Oh, Willow gonna have them braids,
the whole time.
Yeah, Willow gonna have them braids.
She gonna have the braids. She gonna have the white and gray camos. Yeah, she gonna be
the Dudley girl. She gonna be a Dudley girl.
She'll be a Dudley girl. Yes, for the night. FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. I saw them build that match earlier tonight. I'm good. Mark Briscoe and Ricochet in the stretcher match.
No.
That'll be fun.
Okada, Mike Bailey for the AEW Continental title, though.
Yes, that should be great.
That's going to be a banger. That'll be a banger. And I mean, the trios match would be cool. I don't care about Paragon, but the Don Callis family, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Josh Alexander.
Yeah, it'll be fire. The matches will be good. The match will be really good here.
Semi Chubb.
But now, baby, you got to put in a little more work. A little more work.
That Jesus Christ, we got to get out. I can't believe you just said that.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
I can't believe that. It's not that it's wrong. I wasn't expecting that from this one. This one?
Yeah.
He got issue with his lungs. I didn't know he was.
I
didn't know he was trying. I'm sorry.
They got himself.
We need to get out of here, huh? Let's let me hit this music. What I briefly said something earlier. Y'all ready for Roman Reigns in the Street Fighter movie?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Does Akuma say words in the game?
He does. Yeah, stuff like that. Like really random, like he's talking to himself.
You gonna have to learn a different language?
Yes.
No, he was talking English. It was English. It was audible.
Akuma, correct me if I'm wrong. Akuma is the person who kills Ryu's sensei, right?
He was like the big bad. I don't remember what the story.
Oh no, I know he had them goddamn O'Shea beads.
He got the blue joint, right?
The gi with the ripped up edges.
Yeah,
and he
with
got
the red hair.
Beads.
With the red hair. Yes, with the red. Well, that's the other thing. His hair is going to be interesting because I don't know.
Different games.
Oh,
his hair is white.
The thing I saw was white.
Yeah,
I never play. When I did play on my son's Xbox, I didn't play that character, so I don't.
Vaughn said Akuma got the navy blue with the red hair.
The red, yeah.
There's a clip online. He's got white hair.
I wonder what because it's so
Super
many damn Street
Akuma.
Fighter games. Super Akuma. I'm about to say it could be a different iteration of the Akuma.
I think he's the one that kills. What's his name? But,
You know, he made it into a Tekken game.
Akuma.
He was in
Yeah.
Tekken 7.
yeah,
See, we've not seen a lot of Roman Reigns. Sometimes if this happens, we're not going to see a lot of more of him. As we're not seeing,
We're
a lot
never
of the
going
Rock.
to see a lot of Roman Reigns.
What I mean, what the Mimi? How many matches? 5,
Maybe
6? Can I count? The matches
5. I
Roman
would say
Reigns got
5.
left on one hand?
I say 5.
The Rock, because he got 2 movies in the chamber, plus one coming out in October.
We're never seeing that nigga again.
2 matches for the Rock.
Told y'all niggas.
John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Poppycock. That nigga
He
was
said
full of boulder dash.
Poppycock is
Poppycock.
is a great word.
He did say poppycock. Mm-hmm.
Did
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
That's the shout out to UK. Samantha Irwin. She
Oh God.
Stevie Wonder was at a silver and black gala the other day, and she stepped out of retirement to announce him. How did what?
Yeah.
There's
see that?
video. There's video. Yeah.
Is this the same place where Stevie Wonder was playing air hockey?
That's very funny. No, that was Johnny. He was with Johnny Gilden.
Oh,
That was back in the day, from what I understand. he beat everybody ass.
he won.
He
Eddie
bust
Murphy got
everybody
a
ass in the air hockey,
Eddie Murphy
yeah.
got an air hockey table.
Mm.
On that note, we gotta get to the Memorial Day weekend. But before we get there, Miss Mimi, who's your Black Rass of the week, please?
I will say my Black Wrestler of the Week is Xavier Woods showing his chest and getting it brushed on the timeline.
He said, "Comb my chest
constantly-
hair," and then they
yes.
took a picture of it.
Oh my God. He's just hilarious. I love them.
Shout
I
out.
love them both.
Brother DDM. DDM.
DDM.
DVM.
DVM.
You can't hear us?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was watching these. I thought y'all was still talking about AEW. My bad.
Blow.
We definitely good because they don't like
fire.
they don't like nothing. So
No. Who's your Black Rass of the week, DDM, please?
Evil Tisha Campbell, because shout out to her for getting
Evil Tisha Campbell.
who comes up with something
You
like
ain't
that? That's
shit.
ridiculous.
You ain't shit.
And that's how I'm putting it in the doc. Evil Tisha Campbell. And I'm not sure.
That is ridiculous.
I'm not
Wait. I have a question for DDO. How do you feel about Mercedes Moné calling herself the Beyonce of wrestling?
Oh no. See.
Mhm.
The end of the show.
I get where she's going. I get what she's trying to say. And there is a slight validity to that claim. But I think if I'm thinking who is the Beyonce of wrestling, I actually don't disagree with that a little bit.
Mimi said,
Wait a minute. You gonna side with Spinderella?
I actually don't disagree because I'm looking at years served, impact on the game,
don't say it, man.
talent quality.
Don't say it, man.
Talent quality.
Yeah, because if we can't really say, oh well, her promo because Beyonce don't do interviews, so yeah. I'm not. That claim is not totally unsubstantiated, and that I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna fully endorse it, but it's not so left field that I'm like, girl, what is you talking about? Because I can't necessarily say that.
And Mimi looking at you.
Fuck.
Yes.
God damn it.
Rattler Steve. Rattler Steve. Okay, so Rattler Steve. This is the true point. I get where she was going with Beyonce, but Rattler Steve says she's no like the Nicki Minaj of wrestling, and that I could see.
Mm-hmm. The real rap. Mm-hmm.
Yuck.
But well, what you talking about? Because I thought Matthew would be happy with that. The way that I be dragging Mercedes left and right. You should be happy that I was being unbiased.
I feel like you should have left it at the top. You left it there, you kept going. You kept going, and then it got.
I didn't even say anything.
No, because your face.
I had to bring it back. Thank you, Rattler Steve.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Thank you, Rattler Steve.
I'm about to say it ain't like this era ain't been giving Beyonce. Okay.
How the fuck did I get here?
No, because you was going and you was going
No.
I wasn't even talking about you.
No, you was talking about. I was talking about Mercedes, and you was
Play up, Cal.
Yeah,
I was talking about Rattler Steve saying Nicki Minaj.
it is true.
Cal, wrap this puppy up, baby.
Yeah. Well, hey,
More like Cardi B.
Brother Fam,
Who's
who's your Black Rass of the Week, Brother Fam?
What the fuck did I do?
So they say that anything of substance in social media has a 72-hour deadline.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let them ladies who had them issues this past week, your Jada Stones, your Jocelyn Navarro's, Maserati, all those young ladies who had the issues over there with all Caribbean, you are not forgotten about.
Facts.
We will keep talking about y'all, and we will keep trashing niggas like I don't remember what Run Joe name was.
JB Cool, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Not smooth. You mean not smooth. Shout out to my man Plucky Ducky.
Black.
JB, you garbage. That wasn't cool, JB. You know what I mean? You was a goofy. You a whole goofy nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Your crew.
here's the thing. Y'all niggas can't be quiet if y'all was in it. Y'all niggas, listen, when y'all see it, listen, you gotta say something. I understand it's $300-400 niggas is making and all that, man. But you have to
Speak up.
you gotta cause you gotta live with yourself, right? Niggas got daughters and nieces and all that.
Mothers.
Y'all can't have niggas barking on young women out here
That's right.
and getting that's not cool. Now I know, shady business goes on in pro wrestling, and we've seen it, and I understand some of that, blah blah blah. Everybody trying to make a buck, and you know what I mean. You signed the deal. However, if you are doing people dirty and not living up to your word, and most importantly, if you are out here intimidating women, as a man, as a woman, black on black to me is worse.
Mm-hmm. Especially
in
black
this.
women on black women. If you are a woman being in this space and allowing this to happen, you're just a fucking shitty ass person, and you will always be a shitty ass person.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's just. So those ladies are my black wrestler of the week. But we'll mention it this week, and I'll bring it up again next week because we ain't gonna stop talking about it until it stops happening, right? You know what I'm saying? And it was whack. It was whack then, and it's always gonna be whack, and we always gonna call whackness whackness.
All facts.
Mm-hmm.
All facts.
So
Brother
don't
man.
be trash.
Long remain calm.
I got two. No, you know what? I got one. Shout out to Isaiah Broner for winning the Absolute Intense Heavyweight Championship on Sunday. I think that was Sunday.
I think it was Sunday.
That's my Black Wrestler of the Week. I was gonna be petty, but I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let this one slide. You know what? No.
There's always next week. Also,
my Black Wrestler goes to whatever that was that son flipped out the ring and slipped on. Whatever that was. You are somebody.
You are somebody. I will say I don't know this sister's name, and I don't know how long I've been seeing her pop up on WWE TV, but there's a black woman who's on like in the front row hard cam side. She been showing up on SmackDowns, I think, Raw. She may have been up on. I've just been noticing. I don't know, who is she.
She's with the white dude.
Yeah, and she was
green shirt dude.
Remember when they were doing the entrances?
Missed.
Remember when they were doing the entrances during WrestleMania? She got an entrance.
Yeah.
She got an entrance?
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
hey, did y'all see her face with the Stone Cold stuff?
WrestleMania is when it was, because she was just like, yeah, no, I shouts out to her. Seeing her
you
pop
about to be
up on
sitting
my
next
TV.
to me all the time.
I don't know if somebody could find out her name. I would love to know her name just to properly acknowledge it.
Who?
Miss Gladys at ringside right now. Somebody give me Miss Gladys' real name. That's
Gladys.
Black Rasslin of the Week. We got to get out of here. Mimi, where can the people find you on them social medias? Please?
Right here.
Is Turnbuckle Talk gonna be back Tuesday after Memorial Day?
Turnbuckle Talk will be back after Memorial Day. Make sure you eat your peas and rice and your cabbage and your escabeche fish that you put on the grill and your jerk chicken and all of them things.
You want to do what to the chicken?
Jerk it. TDM.
I quit.
Where do people find you, DDM?
Dapadana.
That chicken is work.
You can find me at Dapper Dan Midas on all social platforms. Gold Dust. Make sure you're listening to that. I'm working on the summertime sequel, which is tentatively titled Ruthless Aggression.
Oh shit! Fucking with the big dog.
Bump. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Sorry, brother fan, champ. I'm sorry, brother or former champ.
Catch me at the corner of Harmons and Blue Jay. That's where I reside.
You can catch me at Fam's Crab Table this weekend.
Yes, it sounds like it's going down in the land.
You drink water and have a banana on standby, all that damn salt.
She's
that
ready.
Brother Math.
Crack them legs.
Hey yo.
Before you crack them legs, BRP team, make sure you get your BRP 50 list in, because Brother Math is going. He already on the warpath. Trust me, he gonna kill. He got something with his lungs. He gonna kill everybody. So yeah, get your list in before Memorial Day, because we chat. 50 seasons upon. At this point, chat, we already in the 50 seasons. We can't back out. DDM, you can't back out. Nobody can back out. Make sure you get your list in. Make sure you tuned into the Black Rasslin Podcast. I'm at Cal, at Black Rasslin, on all your socials. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin every Thursday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what the vibe is. Hit them notifications, hit them bells, all that stuff, so you don't miss a thing. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Again, I watched an hour or so with John Cena and R-Truth. The roles reverse in anticipation for the Saturday Night's main event. I feel like there may be something for Sunday. We'll see. Anyway, tune back in next week. We'll be recapping all this and more. Enjoy yourself Memorial Day weekend, but don't go too crazy. Peace to the chat as always. Glad we got to get y'all on screen, but y'all about to get off screen now. That's it for this week. Anything y'all need, any Black Rasslin, blackrasslin@gmail.com. Now, send us something y'all want us to know. I'll answer. I promise. DDM, please take us out.
Isn't it ironic? All you wanted to do is some chronic. But then you forgot when you were down who was around.